You figured it out?
Oh shit. It's starting.
All right, stop it and then just do it again.
Hold on. Stop. Good. All right.
It's still live.
Nah, you good.
It looks live.
Nah, it's not live.
Okay.
Um,
And then make sure you're putting everybody in gallery view.
all right.
Because how it looks on your screen is how it'll look on YouTube.
All right. What do I do that?
Top right.
Oh, I see it. Like that.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Oh, they took the Zoom logo off, so you're good.
It's good, right?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Dallas.
Did he guys explain like the format for you guys?
Oh.
So we're gonna start off just introducing y'all, and then you'll have like 2 minutes each to kind of do like opening statements, and then it'll just be pretty much an open debate. Then we'll have like closing statements for 2 minutes, and then take questions. Just don't call each other no bitches.
No,
Don't talk about nobody kids and shit.
No, we're good. We adults on this side, you know.
Please. Just want nobody no faggots, you know. And then so Hotep, you should be able to remain host and just make me a co-host.
Yo, who cooking?
Sorry.
she there whipping up. She ain't playing with y'all no cap.
I should put it on camera right now.
Don't, you better not.
You know who it is. You just don't know who it is.
You better not.
Hotep know who it is without knowing who it is.
Let's see.
I can't get this out.
She in the kitchen though.
This is preparing the live stream meeting.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me try that again.
I think it's live because it just seen a little green encrypted button pop up.
Oh shit, we live?
Not right. I don't know. Let me check. Let me
It
check
says we're
YouTube.
live.
It's been saying we were live.
Oh, we fucking live.
I told you we've been live.
Yeah,
We're live.
Live. What up, people? Motherfuckers.
We are live.
we definitely live. No cap.
Oh my God.
All right, hold up. All right, everybody in the chat, you looking at the green room right now. We not live. Pretend we not here. So anything y'all getting right now is just bonus footage. All right. So everybody just chill out. We got a promo. We got to put the links out. We late. You knew we was going black. You put 4 black people together, you know we going to be late. So y'all should be happy we on brand. All right. Hold up.
I seen that shit earlier, blocked for being off brand. I died.
Straight up and down. Gotta be on brand, yo. Boom, boom. Wow.
So I don't think you're live anymore because when I just went to the YouTube, it just see your picture.
Now we live.
Oh, are we? Am I in the wrong one?
Yeah, we still live.
We definitely live, Naomi. Somebody said that's Bay. I know who they talk about. They ain't talk about me. She got a lot of fans. She got a lot of fans.
You know that nigga everywhere.
Hotep with it. He said, been waiting for this one all day. Shout out to Hotep with it with the $3.99 super chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got a good, clean fight for y'all tonight. Tonight we got. Well, let's recap real quick. Naomi, you've been instigating a lot of this you've been in the middle of all this Blexit stuff. You set up the first. This started from what's the name of your podcast? 50 Shades of what?
50 Shades of Red.
50 Shades of Red been instigating a whole lot of beef. You had,
really hasn't.
and you just moderated the Tree of Logic debate, right?
Yeah, so basically how this all started was I posted this video just kind of like talking about Blexit in general, how it's not effective. I posted the same video a year ago when I got scammed into going to a Blexit event and they made me throw a shirt on and take pictures. So it was kind of like a follow-up to that, and she commented trying to, you know, instigate like, you know, y'all MAGA supporters never want no smoke. And I just was like, yeah, we do want the smoke. What's up? Why are you only calling out the men? Like, why are you never acknowledging any other females? And then it kind of just stumbled from there. And, you know, we continue with the debate, but a lot of people don't realize that she had full control of the settings. So she was actually muting people in the chat, including Hotep, and removing comments and things like that, being petty, muting us on the screen. So, you know, it wasn't as conducive as it could have been. We didn't really learn anything new about Blexit at all. And I think pretty much the consensus was the same on Twitter. Like, we need a round two with civil people who can go ahead and share their opinions, show receipts, and we can actually take some away from the conversation. And so here we are.
Well put. Y'all heard it. I saw the debate. It got ugly. It was a lot of shots being thrown underneath the belt. They was talking about kids. They was talking about sexual organs. It got ugly. And I knew it was going to get ugly. But I'm happy you put this all together. This is great for the culture. Tonight, we got a very good show for everybody. We got 88, 91. People are pouring in. And we got a great show for y'all tonight. We got Shaka Shakur and Bryson Gray. They're going to be arguing. We're going to be talking about Blexit. So how this thing is going to go down like this. We're not going to hit below the belt. We're gonna let everybody, you know, finish their sentences, finish their thoughts. But we're going to start this thing off with 2 minutes apiece. We're going to start with Shaka Shakur first. He's going to do his 2 minutes. And then directly after that, Bryson Gray is going to do his 2 minutes. But before we get into that, we want them to just briefly introduce themselves. And then we'll go into the opening remarks. Bryson Gray, Shaka Shakur, go ahead, introduce yourself.
Peace. I'm Shaka Shakur. Peel, you know, Trump supporter, black Trump supporter. So, you know, that throws a monkey wrench in the whole game. So I support Trump. Let's say that. I'm gonna say it again. I support him. And my reasons, I got different reasons. So a lot of people are gonna get different talking points. A lot of conservatives are gonna get different talking points, and liberals gonna get a whole different, you know, countering. So it's basically best of both worlds. So we just deal with the truth over here. That's it.
Awesome. Bryson, tell the people about you and yourself and what you got going on out here.
What up? It's your boy Bryson Gray. I've been doing a lot lately, been over the news lately, kicked out of radio station interviews. I'm just a little bit everywhere right now.
You said, wait, what? You got kicked out of a radio station interview?
Yeah. I had a radio interview with the biggest radio station where I'm from, the biggest rap radio station. They used to play my music and they know about the Trump stuff. So I went on there and they didn't like the truth about Trump. So, you know, at the end of the day, he got triggered. And then I checked him. I said, just calm down your tone a little bit, disrespectful tone. I said it very casual. And then he got angry. And then at the end, he was like, y'all can leave if y'all want to. I said, I'm out. I mean,
wow.
You lucky you ain't get jumped like you did at that event.
They weren't gonna jump me because I was with people. Plus, I had the glizzy. Also at that other event, you see how quick I got my hat back from old buddy. Bryson, listen, this people think the internet is the internet, but no. I'm on your ass in real life, period.
There it is, folks. I know y'all know Bryson. He's the musical superstar for MAGA, the MAGA challenge. Trump then said we gonna have our own event.
Big Trump, period.
Just for him. So big moves is big things at Guan. like I said, we're gonna start this thing off with 2 minutes apiece, opening remarks. We're gonna start off with Shaka Shakur, then we're gonna go into Bryson Gray. No hitting below the belt. People, if you want to ask a question, go ahead and you can do that in the chat via the super chats. So without further ado, Shaka Shakur, you're on the clock.
Peace, everybody. So I know everybody been watching the debates or the arguments or the cat fights. We're gonna do something different. I come from a different school. I come from the school of Dr. Ben and Dr. John Henry Clark. So when it comes to the debates, I don't have to cuss nobody out. I don't have to do all that. So we're gonna talk about how Blexit is really not active in the Black community. Blexit is basically it's imaginary within the Black community. If you don't have a Twitter, most people don't know what it is unless they watch CNN and see Candace Owens, or this is not a Candace Owens bash fest either. But we're just gonna put the chips where they are, and I'm a Trump supporter. As a Black Trump supporter, there's no bias, there's no clout chasing, it's accountability. So like I said, I come from the school of accountability. So that's it.
Awesome. Bryson, you're on the clock.
Well, to be honest, I went to his pages because a few of my followers and everything was contacting me and like, why are you and Shaka Shakur debating? And I was like, what do you mean? And then everybody was like, I follow both of y'all. Y'all pretty much say the same stuff. Like, I agree with both of y'all, so it doesn't make sense. So I went to his page and I literally ended up almost retweeting about 5 things that he said. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I had to go on the hunt, and I went and found his YouTube, and then I found his anti-Blexit YouTube video after the Revolt Summit. And I just basically watched that, and I'm assuming he still has those same beliefs that he has in that video. And I think a lot of it I can pretty much explain, because I think it's really just a misunderstanding with the anti-Blexiters and Blexit people. I think it's just a misunderstanding, and I think it's a lot of attacking going on. And yeah, that's it.
Okay. I see you. So right now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna open up the floor. We're gonna let Shaka Shakur. I know Shaka's got a little presentation lined up for us, and then we're just gonna open the floor from there. So Shaka, it's on you, baby.
All right. Okay. Let me get this party started. So with Blexit, I don't really have to attack Candace. I heard the key word saying anti-Blexit, but you can't be anti something if it doesn't really exist. Let me get my screen up for you.
Said what doesn't exist?
Blexit it's a tall tale, Rumpelstiltskin.
You saying it's a farce?
Yeah, it's it looks good, but the reason, if I want to say that I'm anti something, the reason why I would be anti Blexit is because of the talking points that we have to clean up. Regular Black people got to clean up their mess within the Black community. So I got to clean up the talking points of people being slaves and plantation and all this other. They running off folks, basically. That's what they're doing.
Can I respond to that?
Your word.
Yeah.
Okay.
You go ahead.
Well, saying it doesn't exist is strictly just inaccurate, because obviously it exists. But other than that, the thing you said is running Black people off. Well, I feel like we should start from something very simple. We are Black conservatives. A lot of the people are part of Blexit, and you're not a part of Blexit, but including yourself, are Trump supporters. If me and you go to the Black community with our MAGA hats on, we're both coons. We're both Uncle Toms. We're both all these words. That's a fact. Anytime I post a picture of any other Black conservatives with MAGA hats on, everybody get called a coon instantly. Matter of fact, at the radio station, my daddy got cussed out just for supporting me, and he hates Trump. So all I'm saying is that's how the black community views Trump supporters. And you can disagree, but I've been to a lot of different places with my MAGA hats on, regular size or big, and that's how they view us. They instantly get angry. And anybody that goes anywhere with a MAGA hat on can attest to that. So the reason why I brought that up is because you say clean up the talking points and just running black people off. Well, again, I have feasible evidence of people telling me that they stopped being a Democrat literally because they heard Candace on a revolt summit. And I can read out the comment to you, which I am going to do regardless. But so to say it isn't changed, it's running black people away. First off, Trump got 8% of the black vote last election. The black community hates Trump. So we're trying to have a net gain, which is anybody you can get to come over to the other side, not saying Republican, just to the quote unquote free thinking side, that's a net gain regardless. So I think people talk about talking points and oh, I don't like the slave talk. Oh, it's giving white people the opportunity to be racist. White people on my Twitter say they left the Democratic plantation. Well, so what? Latinos in my comments saying they left the Democratic plantation. So is everybody racist against everybody? I'm just saying a lot of the things doesn't make sense. No real logical sense in my opinion.
Before we get to you, Shaka, I just have a question that I'm sure a lot of people in the chat are going to bring up. Bryson, what is the whole point of Blexit? Is it to have blacks exit the Democratic Party or to have white people exit the Democratic Party?
Blexit, can you hear me? Okay, Blexit is specifically catered to the black community, trying to cater to the black community to get black people to leave the Democratic Party.
Okay, go ahead, Shaka.
Shaka must got his notes written in hieroglyphics.
I think he's experiencing technical difficulties, guys.
Okay. One thing about me, I'm respectful. I'm not gonna cut nobody off. I can disagree, shake my head around. No, is it?
You record up, bro.
Let me know if I'm good.
Nah, you're not good.
What about now?
Go by the window.
All right. What about now?
We can hear you.
Oh shit. Well, let me know when they cut back on. So basically, what I'm going through, I'm on Blexit North Carolina's page. They had an event in November the 10th. They got confirmed speaker Terrence Williams. Let me see who else y'all got.
Shaka, can you drop that link in the chat, please, in the Zoom chat, so we can put it up on the screen?
Shit. It's already, my connection already janking up. So
now we can hear you. Go ahead. I turned your video off, so you good. Just go ahead.
Okay, cool. So you got Terrence, what's his name? Williams. You got Candace Owens. You have Brandon Tatum. You have I don't know if Will Witt spoke at the Blexit event, but he's on there as a white dude as a confirmed speaker for a black event. So I just we're not about to play the racist game, but you got a white confirmed speaker in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm gonna keep it pushing.
He didn't speak.
Bryson, you heard what he said?
Yeah, I mean, Will he didn't speak.
Shaka, he said he didn't speak.
He didn't. That's why I said I don't know if he spoke, but he's on there as a confirmed speaker. So why would you even have him as a black man going to a Blexit event or having a chapter of Blexit event? I would not have Will Wilt speak over me, and I represent.
Why not? Why not?
Because I'm boots on the ground. Nobody that's in my community can even, I guess you want to say, attach themselves to Will. They have nothing in common with Will. So how do we have a Blexit and we still have a Wexit as a guest speaker? So it's a slap in the face. It's kind of like having if me and you had a masculinity contest and then we got beat by somebody that was a transgender, I would feel a certain way. I don't know about you, but you have something that's not relatable to, you know, basically going on. So I'll move off Will. Let me see. So you had that going on in Atlanta. No black people really came. That's beating the dead horse. I'm not going to talk about that.
Wait.
Go ahead, Bryson.
Let me pop in. Well, first off, on the Will Witt thing, to be all the way transparent, when that was pitched to the Blexit members in the chat, everybody instantly was like, that's not a good look. But at the same token, if he did speak, if he was saying things that was accurate or saying things that could potentially resonate with black people, why would it matter? I mean, white rappers do great and rap all the time with black fans. I mean, I just don't, I feel like that's a little like being like racy for no real reason.
Of course you believe that. That's, you know, you said something that's not really out the norm. I expect that to come back. So we got let me keep pushing.
Let Shaka speak. Let Shaka speak. Go ahead.
I'm still on my time. You know, like I said, I know the game you play. I got white followers. My white followers understand the black fight and the flight of the black community. Yours, they don't. This is the difference between my white followers and your white followers is mine understand when I say I'm black empowerment, I can say that and not get in trouble. I can talk about other races or I can talk about the Jewish community on how they treat the black community and not get in trouble. You can't do that, so you're not free. You talk about you're free, but I guarantee you will not say that the Jewish community that vote Democrat is on a concentration camp. I'll sit here and I'll wait. Say it.
Okay, well, let me go ahead and respond to that.
Okay, no, say it.
Can I respond to that? Okay. Yeah, so just to go ahead and just blow that apart, because I actually had that written down that you was gonna say that. Just about that part, I tweeted this about 2 weeks ago, and anybody that follows me on Twitter, if anybody in here follows me on Twitter, you can
say
confirm
it.
I did it.
Not filibustering, say it.
I'm not.
Hold on, Shaka, let him speak. Let him speak, Shaka.
Thank you. Let me speak. I tweeted, I said, white people are also on a Democratic plantation. I said, because why would white people vote for a party that tells them that it's not okay to be white? Do you know what my white followers said? They said, I left the Democratic plantation this year. I left this year, or you're 100% right. It had 1,000 retweets. Everybody loved it. Bryson criticizes, and I do what I want. That's why I got popular, because I do what I want. So what you just said, that Bryson wouldn't say this or Bryson wouldn't say that, it's inaccurate because it's been done. So, I mean, it's just inaccurate, period.
We gotta, I think it's a good time to drop this super chat. Silas Whittle, he said, what tangible reasons does Blexit offer for people to switch?
What tangible reasons does Blexit offer for people to switch? Was really just about gaining. It's not even the switch, it's just leaving the Democratic Party and thinking for yourself. So it's really just about informing the uninformed. I used to be a Democrat. I was a Bernie supporter. I was literally a Bernie supporter because I was uninformed that he sounded good. Once I started researching, guess what? I realized I've always been conservative because most black people in our community naturally are conservative. That's the values we're taught growing up. So it's just a switch from uninformed to informed. So my part of Blexit, what I'm doing and what my goal is just to inform people, which I do. And I have receipts that I can read out loud for people telling me that I do this in the black community, people really from the streets, because I'm really from the black community. I really grew up in a black culture. So when people say things like, oh, this doesn't happen, I can confirm that it's inaccurate.
So wait, I have a question for both of you. So Bryson, you can go first. So are you saying that the people who are against Blexit aren't from black communities, like the ghetto?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Is that what you're insinuating?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Shaka, go ahead.
I don't know if you want me to answer the question or finish the rebuttal, because you danced around and said the white community has nothing to do with the Jewish community. Don't insult my intelligence. You might fool your people. Don't insult my intelligence, bro.
I'm not insulting your intelligence.
Say that the Jewish community, which is their own community, if they're Democrat, that they're on a concentration camp because they keep voting Democrat. You will not say that shit.
you created something for me to say, and then
come
now
on,
you're acting like I won't say it. You created that from scratch.
You
That
can't
doesn't
say it.
exist.
You
But you
can't
say it doesn't exist. I will tell a Jewish person they on a Democratic plantation.
Oh, you would say
That's what
plantation. Hold on. You would
about.
say hold on. You would say plantation because it's connected to a black issue. It's connected to a black issue in America. So plantation, when white folks hear plantation, they don't think white. They think black. When you hear plantation, it ties into black. Period. Point blank.
Hold on. Bryson Gray, he wants you to say that Jewish people are in a democratic concentration camp.
Why?
If you can say plantation,
why?
And offend black people and not care, why can't you offend somebody else?
Because
hold on, time out. Why can't you offend somebody else by saying concentration camp and say, oh, I'm only doing this because it's a mental capacity or it's a metaphor or, it's not really like that. It's all emotional or what you vote for. Say concentration camp and tell them that's what they own. You can't do it. Don't do it.
Can I respond now?
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna try to respond out. Hopefully not get interrupted. And if I did interrupt you, I apologize. But you just said when people use the plantation stuff, you said white people, they look at it as this and this and this. But literally 45 seconds beforehand, I debunked that because I already told you that white people have literally said on Twitter they escaped the Democratic plantation. So that debunked your whole everything you said is debunked already. So now you're trying to let me
hold on. This is how we gonna do this. Y'all argued that point. That horse is dead. We're not gonna beat that no more. We're gonna go ahead and move on. People in the chat, if you got questions, feel free to chime in. Shaka, we're not gonna go that route. We're gonna allow you to go to your next point because I don't think we're gonna make any headway with that one. So go ahead.
That's fine. So when you go on the Blexit website, you got Blexit We're Free. They got 4 stages of what they're supposedly doing. So you got advocating for school choice and alternative education opportunities for America's low income and minority children. That's number 1 for the Blexit. I guess you want to say that's their talking points or their goals. So you got promoting criminal justice reform for those impacted by the penal system, developing educational programs to help the community avoid incarceration. Okay, you got champion entrepreneurship and free enterprise as key to escaping government dependence and poverty. That's number 3. Number 4, you got developing history programs that inspire minority children to succeed and lead productive and responsible lives. Those are lies. Those are flat out. If this was what y'all was about, I would support it 100%. If these 4 things, which you represent, and these are your basically your foundation of what Blexit is. First, advocating school choice. I don't see anybody talking about homeschooling their kids. I don't see anybody talking about Black empowerment or African history for their kids. 2, promoting criminal justice reform. Okay, Trump has put in prison reform, written by that was Doug Collins that actually put it in, but he signed prison reform. I support that. But when you come to Blexit, I don't see anybody that's in Blexit that's actually helping anybody that come out with these programs or ex-felons or felons that's trying to make the transition from getting released to job programs and housing. I don't see that. Champion for entrepreneurship. Yes, Trump is about free market. Right now under President Trump, this is the best time for Black entrepreneurship to flourish. I get that. That's not Blexit. That's Trump. Developing history programs. You had a sister the other day that's in Blexit that got asked how many Black senators is it in the Senate, and she couldn't answer. She didn't know. How do you have somebody that's the face of Blexit that's calling people plantation and slaves, and they don't even know that there's 1 senator in the Senate?
She's
But you out here
not
telling
directly
people to
affiliated with
leave the
Blexit.
plantation, but you don't know that it's one. Excuse me. Well, let's say her boyfriend is. She support. She's there. She's with Blexit and don't know it's one black senator. So what are we promoting here? People leave the Democratic plantation, as you call it, and then go to what? They don't even know it's a black senator. So where are the black politicians that y'all pushing behind? Where are the people that you galvanizing in the black community to win the black vote? I'll wait.
Okay. Whoa, that was a lot. Lord, let's start from the back end of what you said. You tried to say that because somebody didn't know there was this many black senators, that means they can't tell somebody Democratic. One black senator they can't say get off the Democratic Party. Regardless of what you said, that doesn't make sense. That's like me telling no. What I'm saying is you can't say because
I might as well go home, man.
I didn't interrupt you at all, bro.
If this is what's going to go on,
I
watched you for a while.
I didn't interrupt you at all, brother. But and you talked for a very long time, and I didn't interrupt you once. What I'm saying is you can't say because somebody don't know this, they mean they can't say anything. You don't have an opinion. I mean, that's just you just throwing out random shit. Back to the beginners of you said, or I don't see these people advocating for these things. Blexit has been out for I think a year and a half, even if that 2 years, if that. It's a new thing. We're in this group chat every single day trying to figure out new ways to get involved with new things. So nothing is perfect. You can't name me one thing that's perfect. I'm not saying there's not any accurate criticisms of Blexit, but the point is we're trying to do something. We're talking about it all the time. So you're making claims that it's like I'm still trying to figure out what you don't like about Blexit, because you say if these are things that y'all support, then I'm with y'all. But everybody in Blexit supports these things. I see Candace Owens on TV talk about these things all the time. So she is advocating for it. I mean that's just a fact. So I'm genuinely confused now.
I think he didn't mute it. So
yeah, Hotep is muted.
You muted, bro.
Hold on 1 second.
He having a whole combo too.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Oh God.
I just told him. I don't think he's like getting it. You good now?
Yeah. So they said put Shaka's camera back on. We can't do that because he has bad signal. So we can only go audio, people. Sorry about that. Devin Jones says, if plantation talk to black folk is okay, why is concentration talk to Jewish folk hard? We're not going to rehash that. We already went over that. Pat Hilson, he said, can we see Shaka turn camera on? Answered that one already. Thank you for the super chats, people. Hotep with it. What up, homie? He said, what with the GoFundMe's? What about bootstraps? Do you want to defend that point, Bryson?
Bryson Gray has never posted a GoFundMe in his life.
Bryson Gray said he doesn't do GoFundMe's.
Jeff actually had a question, Bryson. Hold on. Why doesn't Blexit do community service outreach like Walk Away and Scott Pressler? Why don't they get into the streets and talk to Black Americans?
Bryson Gray talks to Black Americans all the time,
Where?
actually. I was literally just at a radio interview at the biggest rap hip hop station in my city. Go on my page. If you go to my page,
but they kicked you out.
They did kick me out because they couldn't handle the truth, but I'm out there talking to them. That's the point. I'm down to go to you. Everybody go to my YouTube. I'm in DC talking to a group of people. One of them calling me a bitch. The difference between me and everybody else, I'm gonna go to places that everybody else scared to go to, and then I'm gonna talk to people and get that smoke. Jeff is talking. I've never seen him go anywhere with any friction. So anybody that's talking all that, you got to show me something, because you could go look me up. And that's that, period.
Y'all heard the super chats, right? Y'all heard that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. JP Hobbs, he said $12 super chat. He said, you don't see Blexit active in the communities. All they do is pontificate. Vocabulary word. Shaka, what's good, Shaka?
Peace. You letting the boy off the hook, but we'll keep it pushing. We'll keep pushing,
we can
bro.
go back to any topic. We can go back to any topic.
No. You said you don't understand. That's fine. I'll keep it pushing. I've seen you do this 100 times.
Okay, yeah.
Shaka, it feels like you think he's doing some tap dancing. What parts do you think he's tap dancing on?
Everything. Like I said, anybody that's not, like I said, I'm a Trump supporter. I support Trump. Black. I'm in the hood. Period. Point blank. In there, boots on the ground, active, doing what y'all supposed to do. And when people say that Blexit, when they try this myth of Blexit, oh, you don't see what we're doing, and all this other stuff. I'm tired. I've been basically raised in the Black community, just how we talked about, with your parents and stuff like that. I'm raised as a servant of the people. So I'm connected in other cities. I'm connected in Charlotte. I'm connected in other places. And when we talk to these other activists that's in the Black community, they don't know not one person that's Blexit. So why everybody don't know in the Black community, don't know nobody that's Blexit that's active in the Black community? Now, it's a difference between doing events, and it's a difference between being active and actually helping the people and actually meeting their concerns, actually going there, be, one-on-one. And he said something earlier that I didn't get to say, answer. He said, all you gotta do is have on a MAGA hat and you'll be a COON. That's not true. When I go to the Black community, I have on my stuff, they respect me as a man. They respect me as, if you want to say a G, I guess that's what we can go with, but they're not doing, nobody's taking my hat. They ain't doing none of that. Period, point blank.
Shaka, where you from? Shaka, where you from?
I've been in Vegas since '96. Was born in Iowa.
Oh, so you in Vegas?
Yeah.
You saying in Vegas, you rock the hat and you ain't got no problems out there?
No problems.
Got you. So Shaka,
hold on. Can I respond to that?
Hold on. We'll get to you, Bryson. Hold on. Shaka, some of your statements are like very long. So it's really hard for Bryson to rebut everything. If you could kind of just make your points concise so he can rebut. You see what I'm saying? Like each point, because the first time you went, it was like you said a lot for him to rebuttal. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to give you that piece of advice. Bryson, what do you got to say to him?
I mean, the thing he said about people in the hood don't know Blexit. Guess what? That's a fact. Yes, the only reason why people in my hood, not hood, but people where I'm from know Blexit, know Candace Owens, is because of me. But let me give you some other advice. They don't know you. They don't know any politician.
Use a damn lie. That's where I'm gonna shut up. Go ahead. I'm done. You
can't cut him off.
Go ahead.
Hold on.
Now,
back
to what I was saying. I promise you, I can go to Charlotte and go to the community, ask if they know this person, and probably nobody gonna say yeah. Just like you can go to the same place and ask if they know me, nobody say yeah. Why are you bringing up stuff that just really doesn't matter? Our community, let's be honest, we're not that in tune with politics. That's the truth. The only people we can name are the people that has a lot of face time on the media. We can name Donald Trump. We can name Obama. We can name Nancy Pelosi. That's a maybe. That's even the maybe. So when you say nobody in the hood, no Candace, bro, they don't know politics. But what I can show you, matter of fact, it's the perfect time to read this. Let me read to y'all real quick. And this is a real street. This is a real street dude named Jabbar. He from Philly, but he grew up here, and I met him in college and shit, in community college. He said, "Have you seen the summit? I swear by Allah that I'm feeling like a conservative more and more every day. It's scary, my nigga. Candace Owens really got me feeling soft for the right side. And I feel fake as fuck because I actually agree with her when she speaks on the welfare and how it's a system to break up families. For example, in order for my children to get Medicaid, I would have to be on child support. Now I can't afford child support, even though I'm active in their lives and I go to jail. The fuck? I'm tired of people from other countries getting more love than me. And I'm from here. Fuck gun laws because bad guys will still be able to get them. Bro, Bryson, tell me I'm not tripping, my nigga." Now, the reason I read that, because this is somebody that used to call me coon. He used to go live on Facebook every day just to tell me I hate my own race because I was a Trump supporter. So for anybody to say, Black who ain't listening to Candace Owens, doing a Revolt Summit. You had a whole video to say she did a bad job at Revolt Summit. My bro, that right there is a fact. What I just read is a fact from somebody that's really a street nigga. That's a fact. So what I'm saying is all these falsehoods and all these just general statements. I mean, what it doesn't matter, bro.
All right.
Okay, so you.
I hope, is you done or you finished? You done or you finished?
Both.
So you basically what you did, you went and got a letter of recommendation from a street nigga, and you talking to a street nigga right now. You went and got a letter of recommendation for a Blexit, co-sponsor for Blexit. You went and got. All right, I'm gonna keep it pushing. Anyway,
that's cap. You didn't want to accept the truth, but go ahead though.
Oh my
Bryson,
goodness,
Bryson, don't interrupt him. Let him finish. Don't interrupt him.
He can interrupt. I don't mind it. Like I don't mind that. Anyway, let me keep it pushing. So it's a myth going on that, you know, you guys go into the Black community and y'all tell them that Democrats is the plantation. Democrats break up homes. When I can show you by fact from, hold on, if you go to y'all page, Blexit, North Carolina, on the Twitter page, y'all don't tell people where y'all at. Y'all make up a whole headline on Twitter. On Facebook, you guys are at a Ronald Reagan dinner. Ronald Reagan, and that might went over people's heads. So Ronald Reagan, Republican, Reaganomics, privatized prisons. We like to talk about mass incarceration, but you don't want to talk about how the prison industry got privatized. It was through Reaganomics. So when you say that Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, mass incarceration, and then all of a sudden you get amnesia on Ronald Reagan, which predated Bill Clinton, how do Blexit go actually put crack up in the community? So you got this hand-by-hand situation where we get punished by Reagan, by Nixon, which was a Republican. Nixon was a Republican, war on drugs with Nixon, and then war on drugs with Ronald Reagan. We were still getting these times, but it made it fair time when Bill Clinton came in. So how, I think our family was broken up with crack, heroin, stuff like that. And we had Republican presidents that talked about, working with Escobar, working in Chile, working in Central America, getting dope. Where do you think they put the dope at? These are Republican presidents.
Bryson? So what is your question to him? How is he supposed to rebut that? You're making a statement. You got to ask him something directly.
I'm asking them, how do they go to the Black community? Like I said, my initial question was, how do you go to the Black community and say that Democrats is the plantation? That was the question. Then I added in the substance.
So Bryson, basically what he's saying is two plantations. Is that correct, Shaka?
Correct.
So you're claiming that Bryson isn't being honest. I guess you're trying to allude to in saying that the Republican Party is a plantation too?
Yeah, I'm not Democrat or Republican. I don't think that he's not being honest. Let me clear that up. I think he's misinformed. So this is my gripe is, don't have these talking points if you don't know what's going on. When I mentioned the sister that didn't know the senator, don't have these talking points where you don't know what the fuck y'all talking about.
Bryson, how do you respond to that?
Easy response, because what he's doing, and he did it like almost every time in a row, he tries to connect things that aren't really connected, and then he'll add something in like, I was involved. Bryson wasn't at no Reagan dinner. Bryson is not a Republican. Bryson has definitely
I said the Blexit, North Carolina, which chapter that you in?
Many times. But the same way he's trying to attribute things that Bryson didn't say to Bryson, I could attribute all the Twitter wars I got to with him and the CBC, because all of them are just ignorant people, like pseudo intellectuals. No disrespect, but in the same token, I mean, I don't even know what I'm responding to, because Bryson wasn't involved with any of that. Bryson is not a Republican. Bryson used to be a Democrat. Now Bryson is a conservative Trump supporter. So everything he just said, he took a long time to say it. It's irrelevant.
Well, I have a follow-up on Shaka's statement, right? kind of talking about like the ignorance of your affiliation. How did you feel about attending Blexit Atlanta at the location it was at? It was the headquarters of the Ku Klux Klan at one point. That didn't resonate as like wrong with you in any way?
Oh my God, the theater used to be KKK headquarters, you say? Oh my God, that means it's still affiliated with the KKK, which means Blexit has something to do with the KKK. Oh my God, this is a bombshell. No, that doesn't exist. Nobody cares.
So, but you don't think that had anything to do with why there was a lack of Black people? And this is a follow-up from Rhonda in the chat. She wanted to know, what was your perspective of the number of Black people that were actually there?
It was a lot.
Could that have been linked?
It was actually a lot of Black people there. Like,
you give some numbers?
It was hundreds of Black people there. I know that for a fact because we bust 150, 200 people there. So I mean, it was hundreds of Black people there. It was white people there too. But once again, here's the thing. These are Black conservatives, and y'all are talking about white people are there. White people are there. Y'all throw an event, not y'all, but if Shaka throw an event, guess how many people gonna be there? Yes, zip.
White people?
No, nobody. So my whole and this is no disrespect, but all of these criticisms y'all against Candace. But here go the thing. I know people for a fact that I just read, even though he said, "Oh, you had a cosign." No, that's a real nigga. Candace retweeted it months ago. That's a fact. That guy that sent that message, that guy that sent that message to me. The thing about it is, he said something about Candace, and this somebody that called me all types of names in the book. I've never heard anybody say nobody else's name. Not one conservative. Candace Owens is the only person he even know other than Trump and Obama. So all of these criticism is not based in facts. It's based in opinion. Y'all are mad. In his video, in Shaka video, he said, "Oh, all of these Blexit and tap dancers." He said that a few times.
You tap dancing now.
Says the person with the MAGA hat on in his profile pic on Twitter. We both tap dancing if that's the case, bud. But so he said things like, "Who is paying Blexit?" Or he said things like he can't be bought, or Blexit is just like Black Lives Matter. And every time he said he had receipts, guess what the receipts was? His tweet. his receipts for his statement was his tweets. My nigga,
I hold on. Everybody, hold on.
Hey, bro, let's get what else? All I'm saying is,
hold on.
You comic relief.
One quick statement. One quick statement.
One last quick statement.
One quick statement from Bryson.
Yeah, because most of my statements being short. But all I want to say is, if you want to criticize Blexit and say we need to do better, that is okay. Help us. Talk to us on how to do better. Let's get together as conservatives or whatever you claim to be, and let's progress the movement. Or you can have your own movement, do your own movement. Don't worry about our movement, and we don't worry about y'all. But we're not going to attack y'all instead of having criticisms based on nothing but opinions.
Shaka,
I'm here, and anybody with any IQ that's legit. See what the is going on, man.
Oh,
you cannot like the statements that you making and you dancing around. Okay, I'm done.
All right, let's go to the super chat. We got Elijah Gibb, $20 super chat. He said, in my opinion, Blexit uses the term plantation because the Democratic Party supported slavery and plantations. But Democrat president supported ending Nazis in World War II, which finally destroyed concentration camps. Simple. TT, $5 super chat, thank you, says, how come Blexit supporters come on here to defend Blexit but don't want to associate with them when there's an accurate criticism? Not sure about that question.
Yeah. I understood that question. But
okay, go ahead.
They want to shine but don't want to do the time. That's basically like whenever something's going well, they hide behind Blexit, hide behind Candace, and they hide behind Trump. They can't tell you nothing that they're doing within the community, period, point blank. But they hide behind, as a shield, they hide behind their followers, which don't care. Most of their followers don't give a fuck about the Black community. Like I said, my white followers, which is a lot of them, we talk about things that goes on in the Black community. They actually help with blankets. They actually help with food. They actually do this stuff. So when he come over here and he try to say if I throw an event is 0 people, get out of here, bro. Come on, man. You being disingenuous. You being disingenuous when you say that. Just say that you don't like what I'm saying, but do not sit back and say if I do an event, because when I do events, as far as coat feeding homeless, stuff like that. Even the child trafficking. I'm active in my community. I don't have to put on a big hat and be a comic relief. I don't have to do it. I'm in my community. Are you in your community? Besides talking to people, you can't feed nobody off talking. You can't feed nobody off of going there and rapping to somebody. It's our community. School closed. I take kids to go get at Men's Warehouse to go. They got job interviews. That come out my pocket. I don't want a pat on the back. This is I'm trying to give you a blueprint on what y'all can do. This is a blueprint, not a pat on the back. I've been doing this for years. I was born in this. That's not an exaggeration. If you went and did your homework on me, you can go back from, I don't know when Facebook started, but you'll see me out on the corner doing literacy touring, training women how to shoot, self-defense. You want to keep going? I can keep. That's the real.
All right, let's go into some of the super chats.
Hold on. I just want to respond to that real quick because once again, he went for a very long time. But my response is very simple, and I said this in the Black Leadership Summit group chat before. Lil Durk also does book bag drives and turkey drives, and Chief Keef did it. But let me ask a question, right? The main problem in the Black community is mindsets. It's mindset. You gave
literacy, comprehension, literacy. What I'm gonna say it again for you. So you
Shaka, don't over talking. Come on, let him finish.
So what he did was he went over things he did. Other people do it too. But let me ask you a question.
Oh, shit.
Let's talk about the positive to the negative. He said he did all that, but what's more damaging to our community? In every song that's really people listen to, that stuff really people care about, he's talking about killing another Black man, or that he went and did a turkey drive and gave some book bags. I'm not saying that stuff is not good. That stuff is beautiful. That stuff is amazing, and I am so glad you are doing that. But the problem in our community is not book bags and shoes and pants and clothes. The problem in our community is a mindset that's been passed down from generation to generation. No, nothing you doing is helping the mindset of people. You're not doing nothing to change that. You're just giving out book bags.
Shaka, he's saying you doing nothing to change their mindset. Is that true?
On Black empowerment, I teach kids how to love themselves, love to be Black, love to embrace their nappy hair, love to embrace their Black skin. Do you know who Marcus Garvey is? Do you know who Dr. John Henry Clark is? You don't want to do this, bro. You going down the road.
Bryson Gray, do you know who Marcus Garvey is? And
I do know who Garvey is. I don't know the other guy, but it doesn't matter.
You don't know Dr. John Henry Clark?
Nope.
Shaka, he doesn't know Dr. John Henry Clark. Why?
I don't want to go
Ante Diop. Like, do you know these people?
Sheik Anta Diop?
No, I don't care about these people. No disrespect.
Okay, how do you? Whoa. What's that? Whoa,
Shaka, he said he doesn't care about these people.
These are Black professors. These are Black leaders. This is Black business you just talked about. Even Roger Stone tried to get Marcus Garvey pardoned. Like, are you serious right now?
I believe you. I'm just saying I don't care.
I'm sorry, bro. I feel like I'm talking. It's cool.
No.
Bryson, I guess the question, Bryson, is how can you sit here and say that the youth, they don't have the mindset, or their mindset isn't correlated with politics, and then you yourself aren't really educated on people who are influential in the communities?
Well, that's an easy question. Just because I'm not influential, just because I'm not educated on the people y'all want me to be educated about, don't mean I'm not educated. What I am educated on is politics. What I am educated on is the problems in our community, because I talk to people every day. You know who else don't care about these people he just talked about? You know who else don't give a fuck? Nobody in the community. They don't care. People are you're name dropping to make yourself seem intelligent. But my question was, and my statement was, these drives and everything is not doing nothing for the community. We need better role models. We need better people to look up to, our kids can look up to, because all they looking up to right now is NBA Youngboy, Lil Durk, Chief Keef on Phone Grave, all these people, and all they talk about is killing and everything. They look up
to Bryson, your point was he's not working on mindset. Shaka came back and he pointed out some of the progenitors of Black history and Black thought consciousness, and you're not familiar with those names. I don't want to beat that horse dead again. But let's get back into some of the super chats really fast because that horse is gonna go around the track too many times. Brody McFarland, $4.99. Not the same Bryson. Plantation talk is insulting. Real cons and pro-black empowerment, pro-black community, pro-gun, local leaders do each support. I guess they're asking what organization you guys support. JP Hives, $2. If you in the hood, you get interrupted all the time. Silas Whittle, $5. Candace is the face of Blexit. She lived in Philly and currently lives in NYC, yet has no black community interaction involvement in either city. How? Do you want to answer that, Bryson? Yes or no?
Yes, that's why she creates teams to be in the community, like has Bryson on the team. And once again, because he's made multiple claims, even though I already debunked it like all the time. But he said, you're not in your
You
community.
keep saying debunk, like come on.
You're
All
not.
right, I'm done.
He kept saying you're not in your community. Look me. You know how you said I didn't do my research on you. Look me up. Go to my Facebook. Go back a year and a half ago. People that talked the most shit about me on Facebook, wherever they was from, I invited them on to have a conversation. And that's what and that's what we did because I'm trying to change the mindset. I'm trying to get people to think. I'm trying to spark critical thinking and free thought. So like I mean it's really simple.
But can I ask y'all what? Because y'all keep saying free thought, and then y'all say lead a Democratic plantation, but then you can't name a Republican besides Trump. Trump is a president. All right, he's gone in a couple of years. You can't give me other Republicans that actually have a black agenda, and I will wait.
I'm not a Republican.
Well, conservatives. Name other conservatives that's within the government that has a black agenda.
The only person I think of that I'm impressed with is Ben Carson.
Okay, that was the obvious. Name somebody that's white.
I just told you the only person that I think has a black agenda is Ben Carson. I literally just said that verbatim.
Okay, so do you tell our people that?
Do I tell our people what?
That is only one person that's on the conservative side that care about you.
I don't tell them nothing about the Republican Party.
When you go into the black community, do you ask them that? Do you tell them that?
I don't say anything about.
So how don't they know about politics if you're not teaching them politics about the conservative party or the Republican Party?
Because
how are you changing the mindset?
This is real simple, and I'm gonna say it again. I'm teaching them to look up stuff themselves, look up, research the history on politics, research what you actually believe in, and find your way, your own way. Matter of fact, me and somebody from Blexit got into a debate about that today because they said you need to control the conversation. I said no. I spark thought. I get them to think. I tell them fact check me. They look it up. Then I let them go on their way, and they always hit me up. I got mad like messages I can read from people that's really from where I'm from in the streets that tell me all the time, Bryson, you spark thought. You made me research politics. That's my job. You can talk about Republicans.
Can I say something to you?
Go ahead.
I honestly don't want this to go any certain way. I have nothing personal against you. I have no hate or malice towards you. So I just wanted to make sure that you know that as two black men having a discussion, that I have no personal problems with you. But I will say, when you say that book bags and shoes and clothes and feeding kids don't matter,
That's not what I said.
and then you tell that's not so you're gonna go with that's not what you said.
That's not what I said.
What did you say then? So correct me, please.
I said all of that stuff is great. I said I'm so glad that you're doing it. But I said the problem in our community is mindset. And I said giving them clothes, book bags, and food is not helping change their mindset. Not helping at all because you're giving them clothes. People that don't have book bags, you're giving them book bags. People that don't have food, you're giving them food. You're obviously helping something, but it's not helping change mindset.
Okay. Well, like I said, do you know that we gonna build? Me and you gonna build right now. All right. We did the back and forth. All right, we did the back and forth. Now it's time for two brothers to build. All right, that's what we're about to do. I didn't come on here. I can fight with 100,000 people right now. So when we're given these items, how do people have talking points of the black community being on welfare, but when you say that's a train of thought as well. A lot, not you personally, but a lot of people that's in Blexit say that welfare is a train of thought. So when people like me and other folks, when we're the welfare or the government within the black community, you said that's not changing the mindset. How? When you see somebody black that's helping you out, when you see somebody that's you know, cheering you on, empowering you, getting you close, do you know that poverty creates crime? Do you know that most of our kids that can't get the Jordans, can't get the shoes, looking bummy? Do you know that they go to the malls? I deal with these kids. They go to the mall still, getting detention centers. So how doesn't those things change the mindset when you're showing them?
Do you want me to answer?
That you care. The only thing that's missing, black men care. I'm sorry, I think my phone broke up. I had a phone call. But that's what's missing within the black community is caring and loving. So when you show caring and loving, and then you empower that kid to love that they're black, you cannot go against that. That's changing the whole mindset. That's changing generations. We never had that growing up. A lot of us is missing that element. And that's what I'm noticing within the black Blexit is I'm not trying to make you feel stupid that you don't know these teachers or these professors or these doctors. But when you learn about them, you're more empowered. I speak black empowerment.
All right, can I respond?
Yeah.
Okay, your last statement was strictly an opinion. But about the other thing, you said, how is that not changing minds? Can I ask a question? I want to ask Hotep Jesus, I want to ask you this too. How long have people been doing book bag drives, getting clothes for kids and school drives and stuff like that? How long has that been going on, honestly?
Since I've been, you know, alive.
Now let me ask you a question.
Could you ask me the question?
When we talk, I gave it an open question. I said everybody.
No, I'm saying, could you ask me that same question?
Okay. How long have people been doing book bag drives? Just generally speaking, book bag drives, clothes, getting people that doing the stuff like that for kids and stuff. How long has that been going on?
I don't know if you asked it. My phone. I had a phone call.
Yeah,
but if you did ask it, okay. So you have things that in the black community, like Hotep said, it's been going on forever. Do you know that they stop us from doing this? Do you know that the feds stop us from doing these type of things? That's just a little. We still building. You don't have to be defensive. Me and you right now, we still building. Do you know when we do these things that we're attacked? Oh, that doesn't make any sense, huh? We're attacked by the same government that we represent and say that I support Trump because of child trafficking, stopping child trafficking. I don't do the little talking points. What got me to support Trump?
Okay, before you go on a tangent,
I know. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But it has been going on forever. And in your YouTube video about Blexit, one thing you said you're
hold on. Why do they stop it? I asked you a question. I said, why if book bags and shoes don't mean shit? Why do the government come in and lock up? Well, okay, it doesn't change the mindset.
Okay, here we go. Finally, there we go.
Okay, so if it doesn't change the mindset, why do the feds always lock up? I got homies that's locked up. I've been targeted.
Okay, that's cool.
I feel like we're going left here. We get really off track with this question.
But I had a point. I just want to get my point across. Because
go ahead, Bryson. The main question he was asking is, if you don't feel like it's effective, then why have they been doing it? But go ahead.
Well, my whole point was they've been doing it for a long time. And in his video about Blexit, he said he's trying to wake his people up, which means he inherently knows that our people, no disrespect, we're ignorant on politics, right? So that's been going on for a long time, and we're still ignorant about politics and ignorant about how politics affects our lives. Then guess what? You know what that means, right? Like 2 + 2 = 4. It just means it doesn't change the mindset. So
let me hop in real quick. So I see the chat talk about me. If y'all think I'm reacting to the people speaking, y'all are all off. I'm reacting to the chat. Y'all got me crying over here. I am just having too much fun. The chat is what I'm paying attention to right now. I'm sorry. Brody McFarland, $1.99 super chat. He says, local leaders do what local leaders do Shaka and Bryson and Blexit support?
I support my father. He does group stuff with kids all the time, every week, trying to get them out of gang violence. Because my city, High Point, North Carolina, we're officially in the top 30 most dangerous cities in America right now. And because gang violence and heroin is out of control. So my dad is helping kids, and he's a teacher also. So he's helping kids all the time and trying to get them out of that lifestyle.
Salute to your dad.
There's another question from John Linton. Bryson, You're not teaching. Oh, I'm sorry. This isn't for Bryson. This is for Shaka. Shaka, you're not teaching Black kids. You're just giving them free stuff. How do you feel about that?
That would have to, when you say that I'm not teaching Black kids, that sounds like another blanket statement. Whenever you see me even dealing with Black kids, I'm teaching them how to love themselves. Period, point blank. I'm not even gonna go the extra route. But when you're giving them free stuff, it's teaching them not to go out and do crime. It's teaching them that, like I said, depend on the person that look like you. Help out the person that look like you. Even in the Bible, I'm not even a Bible guy. It says love thy neighbor. So when you can make the neighborhood actually, okay, we had a thing when we grew up that's disappeared with mass incarceration and people getting locked up or whatever the case be, where your neighbor will feed your kids if you can do it. That's the mindset that we're trying to get back to. We got to govern ourselves. It's basically self-governed. So our welfare would be basically me and you being the government. So it's not free things.
So you don't think it's contributing to the whole give me, not work hard mindset of like the new generation?
No, when you say give me, these are kids that's, they don't have. So you can't have a give me mindset when you don't have shit. You can't have it.
So let me just hop in really fast here. I just want to take a brief intermission, a Hotep intermission, and let everybody know that all super chats that come in today will be divided up evenly amongst the Black faces you see on your screen today. So if you got a question, you better put some change next to it. We're not asking no more questions unless it got a $ next to it. Everybody here got to get paid. 50 Shades of Red got to get paid. Bryson got to get paid. Shaka needs some new Wi-Fi. And my baby needs new shoes. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to get another question in here from Black Mountain Hotel.
Real quick, I do want to say I agree with what he just said about, I don't think giving book bags to kids that don't have nothing contributes to the gimme thing. I agree with what he just said.
Black Mountain Hotep $5. He said, why doesn't Bryson answer the questions? I notice he rebuts by citing how he's offended and how everyone is wrong.
That never happened.
Where are the actual answers?
I answer every question, but what the problem is when he asks questions connecting to things that's not really connected, there's no point of answering it.
Yeah, that's true, Shaka. Try to be more concise and dice his ass the fuck up. You know what I mean? But sometimes you ask the question and you go into this long diatribe, and it's like it's a lot to try and cover.
Well, I told you, I apologize to everybody that's watching, but I told you, I know you understand when I say I come from the school of, Dr. John Henry Clark. I'm a debater, so these are things that, if you're going to come to a debate, you better be prepared. Like, that's unpreparedness. He can talk as long as he wants. I'm going to answer. I know what points to go to. So I shouldn't have to dumb down my profession because it's amateur night.
No disrespect to what he just said, but one rule of debating, because I actually studied debating a lot, but one rule of debating is to have concise and clear thoughts. Summarize your thoughts is a big rule of debate. People that can't summarize their thoughts, when you talk for a long time, not only are you losing the person you're talking to, but you lose the interest of people that's watching and listening.
Okay, I don't want to lose your interest. Let's go.
Bryson, there's a follow-up question. Do you currently work for Blexit, and are you being paid?
I'm volunteering to be a Greensboro leader for Blexit because I believe in the movement. Just real quick about questions like that. The funny thing about it is people say people are clout chasers or doing stuff, tap dancing for money and stuff. But then when you say you doing stuff for free, now now you're not getting paid. Let's be real. Y'all just not y'all in right here talking. Well, possibly, but y'all just a Candace Owens hate group and wish y'all was in her spot. No disrespect.
Hotep with it. He said Bryson versus Shaka or Blexit versus Shaka. Black Mountain Hotep $5. He said, why doesn't Bryson answer the question? I know. Devin Jones, $10 super chat. He says Blexit is supposed to be about empowerment of Black free thinking, but they rally around personalities in their wedding videos. There are no actions or educational takeaways or attendees. Hotep with it. He said Bryson just lost me with that I don't care nonsense. Shaking my head.
I mean, I don't.
Black Mountain Hotep, Bryson said he didn't care about our Black scholarship when we phone debated. How can anyone trust this? His
He's lying.
transparency is in his disrespect.
You said it again tonight.
Yeah, because no. I said I don't care about the leaders you spoke to. Then I went right after that and said because people in the community don't care. That's the truth. Just because you care. This is the thing. Everybody want to sing smart and sound good. Oh, let me say things that sound so great. I care about all of these Black leaders. Oh my, let's be real. Nobody gives a damn in the community. That's the harsh truth.
If they give you a blueprint, this is the problem. Yeah, I'm done arguing because everybody's hitting me up and they see what you're doing.
They are hoteps. They are people that's naturally against me.
Whoa, wait, hold on, wait a
minute.
Wait a second. Y'all not about to be throwing my click name in all this stuff. Hold up now.
And they actually not on my phone.
It's people on your side as well. I'm following the chat as well. That's why there's 2 moderators because Hotep might be a little biased.
No, I am reading all of the ones that are paid. I'm reading paid super chats.
I'm following the chat though.
If people are paying to ask questions and other people are getting free questions, it's unfair to the people that's paying to get heard. So I just want to make sure that everybody that's paying question get asked.
I agree.
They gotta take precedence over everybody else because it's not fair for people that's paying for free questions to get asked and them getting pushed to the back. So I'm reading the dollars. I'm actually copying and pasting them into a super chat box.
Bro, so I agree.
Dark Alley Entertainment. He says Candace is marrying a white man. Should be obvious. Super Sean 95 499 super chat. He says stop attacking the knee for being the hand. Let's build together and drive towards success. Straight lace at $2. Amazing Lucas. He says clout is a form of currency. Stop it. And we're all caught up.
Can I respond to Amazing Lucas real quick?
Go ahead.
I got a question for everybody. Because Hotep Jesus, you have a platform. Shaka, you have a YouTube you're trying to build. Are y'all trying to grow y'all platforms? Like, are y'all like hoping to grow the platforms?
You ask him or you asking me? You talk to 2 people.
Both.
I can answer first. I'll answer out first. If you actually go through my page, you will see nothing. I'm a researcher. You see nothing but data. You see nothing. And then you said that, I show Facebook posts. That's from 2013 or 2014 that correlates what's going on today.
No, it was Facebook posts about Blexit.
Oh my goodness! Everybody, like I said, it's not you live in a whole nother world, but that's fine.
Can you answer the question? Are you trying to grow your platform, bro?
No, not off. If you look at my my YouTube, I haven't posted in a while.
I know your last video was about Blexit. So you're not trying to have a platform.
It depends on what a platform is. Yes, I use my voice.
Bryson is avoiding questions, everybody.
Everything is funny to you, but you laughing because that's a deflection.
It's not. It's very funny. I'm genuinely laughing.
Well,
Shaka. The question is very plain. He's saying, do you want to grow your platform? Whatever that means to you, do you want to grow your platform?
Of course. But I already know what the angle he's going with. So and it's not that angle.
So Bryson, I have to ask you, what's the pertinence for asking that question?
Well, to Amazing Lucas, because Amazing Lucas, he's a hypocrite too in real life. But people that try to grow, what's the definition of clout? That's really just saying you have a big platform, you're growing your platform. Now, when you say chasing clout, that's something. But getting clout is just growing. It's just growing, getting a following. So when you say clout is dangerous, that's just an attack that means nothing because you're doing it too. That's why you promote stuff. That's why all of these YouTubers got the donation links in their bio, nigga, because you trying to capitalize on what you got going on. Like, stop all this capping. Stop trying to tap people, calling them tap dancing. Nigga, all y'all tap dancing too. Stop playing, bro. Well, y'all gotta stop. Y'all just gotta stop the malarkey, please, Lord. Take the wheel, dog.
Shaka.
Yes, sir.
Are you tap dancing?
Have you ever seen me tap dance? No. I thought. Hold on. I can show you the difference between me tap dance. I can talk about every race, every problem, everything that era in our community, every era that's in Blexit, I can stand on that. Any era that's in the Black community, any era that's going on, I can talk about it. I'm actually free without being punished. He can't say the same. I can talk freely about everything. He can't. You can only dance to the music that they play, and that's what tap dancing is when you dance to the music. Hey, we're gonna put this on repeat.
All right, so since Amazing Lucas had hopped in here, I'm
Hold
sorry
on,
who that was.
Let me respond real quick.
Hold on 1 second, Bryson. Somebody says I'm a professional debater. Hilarious. Amazing Lucas said Black people in the community care about their own, but many feel powerless and have been conditioned thanks to those in power who have sworn to help. Go ahead, Bryson.
I agree. I agree with what Mason Lucas said, by the way. But back to his thing where he can say things that Bryson cannot. He literally has no proof. He's just saying words. He just said words. Bryson can't say this. Right. Hold on, Naomi. Can I ask you a question? Because you met me in real life, right?
You about to run.
You met me. Am I not playing in real life?
Hotep Ben told me not to beat that horse again.
Hold on.
I'm not going to beat this damn horse. Hotep Ben told me not to beat that horse.
You got to concede the floor. Shaka, you got to
Yeah,
concede the floor. Concede the floor to Bryson.
Okay. Go ahead.
Do I not act just like this in real life?
Yeah, you do.
Thanks. So my thing is, I say what I want and do what I want. Matter of fact, that's what got me popular in the first place. So when you say things like Bryson can't say this, you're just trying to throw a subtle attack, and it sounds so great. But
I literally had somebody tell me at like 2 a.m, they were coming up to my room to our party. They were like, "Yo, I seen this guy with this MAGA hat on in the lobby, and he kind of like high-fived me and was like, 'Yo, man, MAGA.'" And I was like, "Really?" Just randomly, he was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Was it him?" And it was Bryson. So Bryson really does this shit like all the time, even when no one's watching. So I will say that.
So
that goes back. Hold on, Bryson. You done had your chance, young man.
I had my chance.
So I'm hearing that you do whatever you want to do. Thanks. But we can all pretend on here. All four of us can pretend that Blexit does not have a set of rules, and they don't have repercussions for things that they can say. You're not being genuine by saying that you can talk about what you want to talk about. You can say what you want to say. No, you have to curve it. And I see a lot of, and when y'all get out of line, when you do say something, y'all got to bring it back. Y'all got to put out a response.
Lying, brother. Literally lying. Because let me tell you why. The first when my homie Pierre, when he told me he wanted me to be in Blexit, you know the first thing I said was, I said if y'all don't want if y'all want somebody that's overly controversial, I do. But if anything I say is suppressed in any way, I'm not down. He said you can keep doing you. That's the only reason I even agreed to be a part of it in the first place. You're lying. You're just saying stuff.
Okay, I'm a liar. I'm a liar for everybody that's watching. God. Hold on. For everybody that's watching, I'm lying. Blexit people can say whatever the hell they want to say. It is no repercussion. Okay, write me down as what? November the 22nd, Shaka is a liar. I'll deal with that.
Well, Bryson say whatever.
If that's what y'all want to believe, which everybody up in here know that y'all cannot speak freely.
Show me one time that Bryson has not spoke freely. You're just saying things that don't mean nothing, and you trying to create an echo chamber of people that agree with you. Give me something.
I feel like we're going in circles. So we're gonna pause.
We done. I'm done. We can.
And
move
we're gonna do some sponsored questions. So for these questions, there's like a few of them. Can you please keep your answer a minute or two? So this first one's gonna be from the amazing Lucas for $5. Black people in the community care about their own, but many feel powerless and have been conditioned thanks to those in power who have sworn to help. So that was more so a statement. The next one's gonna be from Clout Star for $10. He said his 2 cents, since Blexit are the ones in the spotlight that reach more people, they should take the criticism on the messaging seriously because they have potential to become something big. Straight Lacer said for $5, Bryson, this is for you. Who funds Blexit? Who provides the financing for the events, the merch, the member travels? What's in it for those funders, and what's their end game? So go ahead, Bryson, 2 minutes or less.
I'm assuming people from TPUSA.
Okay, so you don't Shagash, you don't definitively know for sure though.
No, I'm assuming, but my response to it is real simple. if somebody is white, right, and they're conservative, and I'm black and I'm a conservative, and we both agree on politics, and they want to invest in your message because y'all messages align. I'm confused about the problem with that because they're white. Like, this is
Okay, and that brings us.
No,
to our
that's
next
not. Hold on.
statement.
He trying to make me seem like I'm racist.
I didn't
That's
say
what he
nothing
do.
about you. I
No,
didn't say
no,
nothing
no,
about
no, 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 no. I caught you. You
I
trying to
didn't
make this. You try to put a little subtle. You try to put a little subtle right hook on that motherfucker and make it. If a black person, I got numerous of white supporters that support what I'm talking about right now, and they like you tap dancing. Stop doing that, bro. Stop playing that.
Racist?
You're triggered. I wasn't talking about you. I was talking to the person.
Ain't nobody triggered, man.
Yes,
You always.
That's why you jumped into assuming something I didn't say. And you've done that many times, actually.
Okay, I'm triggered.
Yes, accurate.
So with that being said, Valerie with for $4.99.
You see how you ran because he got caught. You got caught, bro.
No, I responded right back to you directly.
Hold on. We got the mod speaking. Let the mod speak.
It's nice that what Shaka is doing, giving to the community. I do believe Bryson is having an effect on Black culture. Why don't y'all join forces? Shaka, would you be maybe inclined to join forces with Bryson going forward?
I told Bryson that I have nothing personal against Bryson. We're two Black men talking about things, but in order to have a respectful conversation, conversing, we got to actually air out what's going on. You can't tell me that you empowering the Black community or changing the thought by calling them slaves and plantation. You cannot tell me if that's empowerment, that's abuse. That's abuse by going into the Black community as you say you do and telling them that they're slaves and they own the plantation. And then you're not offering anything political to change that mindset, but just come out and vote for Trump. I rock with Trump. I don't just tell people to go support Trump just to support Trump. I break down everything and I break down what the Democrats are doing and I break down what the Republicans are doing. I can criticize the Republican Party and go deep into it. A lot of y'all can't, and I'm not gonna say that you personally, but a lot of people that's in Blexit can't do it because it goes against everything that they're talking about. So
if you were given the opportunity to join forces and kind of collaborate on a Blexit event in your area, would you do it or no?
He can come out right now, and I will change his mind on how he even view me. He can come out right now, and I'll change his mind on how he view me, and I would love to give him a blueprint on Black teachers and Black professors that you can.
So would you join? Would you collaborate? But would you collaborate with a Blexit event if they asked you?
No, I can't align myself with Blexit.
Can I respond real quick?
Go ahead, Bryson.
Okay. Just to be clear, I would love to collaborate with anybody that's trying to push the same message. If we have sort of same message, even the things we don't agree on, we can leave that be. And I won't attack your message, you want to attack mine. But I just want to read another message I got today because I get a lot of these. Hey, dude, I don't mean to bother you, but watching your videos, listening to your message has really taught me a lot, brought me to the realization with stuff I thought I was fully educated about, but was not. You appear here to change the world. It's a long stuff, but the whole point of the matter is to say that, Bryson. Let me finish.
Bryson, we not about to do no like boost.
All right.
No. The reason I brought it up is real simple. If you make it claims and I can debunk the claims. Literally, I'm gonna debunk the claims. I see a screenshot to our Twitter group chat to say that this don't work or something don't work or y'all message don't work for the Black community. It's incorrect. You just don't like it. You just don't like it. Just say you don't like it.
You keep saying debunk, and I'm being mellow. You keep saying that you debunk. You've been saying debunk like a whole bunch of times tonight. You're not debunking anything.
I did.
In your mind, you debunk.
No,
okay,
I am.
Whatever.
Like factually.
Anyway. I can never align myself up.
He glitched out. You want to go into the next super chat real quick?
Yeah, so the next super chat is from T. Khalik for $5. So Candace Owens is good for Black people politically, but she doesn't know how to talk to the Black community, which is why her Black audience is small. Bryson, is this kind of what you were referring to when you referenced like Young Dirk and NBA Youngboy and them? Is that kind of along the lines of what you were talking about?
No. When he said that, I mean, just to say that Candace Owens hasn't reached no Black people is just simply incorrect. But to say that she could reach more is accurate because we're conservatives. You have to get black people most of us grow up in communities, in families where we told to be liberal. So the job is hard because you have to change their mindset for them being like, oh, everybody this, everybody that. You have to change their mindset so they can switch. So it's hard. We know it's hard. Blexit knows it's hard. Nobody's saying we're gonna off the rip have a concert with 100% black people.
Okay, there's another super chat from the amazing Lucas for $10. My clout comment was in regards to the claim that people doing a job for free means is not for clout. But as I said, clout is a form of currency. So stop it, bruh. And then he followed up with another super chat for $2. I just want to see black gays and drags for pence. I don't know if that was sarcasm or not. Maybe.
That's sarcasm.
Ask him about what's that dude named Minneapolis? The gay dude that Amazing Lucas was hyping up. Oh, he said the gay joke with him and everything. I said, that's how you know you had too much black, you know what, in his video. Yeah, tell him
black,
to stop.
Black what? Black dick?
Yeah, that's pretty much what he was saying. But then he came out, Rob Smith. Y'all gotta stop. Hey, y'all gotta stop. Come on now.
So do you think if Blexit would have some entertainers there, like, some urban pop culture entertainers show up, you think that the black community, like the real quote unquote black community, would attend more of their events?
Well, what I've suggested is, because the thing that got black people's attention the most is when the Revolt Summit, when you had people up there that black people idolize, and then y'all are having a battle of ideas. So what I have suggested is we do more of that. Let's go out there, have a battle of ideas in front of the culture, because that's what they respect. That's what I have personally suggested, and that's my view.
There's a super chat for $5. Who is that beautiful white woman with the AirPods as a black conservative? I'm trying to wife her. Carlton Banks voice. Isn't that the Carlton John? Sir, I'm not white. Don't even. I'm tan as fuck, okay? Not the white woman.
Zakia, thank you. Zakia, thank you for the $5 super chat. Shaka, you been quiet. You got anything to say?
Nah, man, it's wrong. Like, I'm not even about to, if anybody, I expect this black man to understand that, they're tearing down. You do your rap stuff, you do your MAGA challenge, I support that. Go out there, do what you got to do, but use what you're supposed to use to empower. You got a platform. Use that platform. When you have something of, with Blexit, my biggest gripe is that we call each other whatever we've been saying, slaves and plantations. And then you got to go out and say, I'm not black. So now you got, you had the little Blexiteers saying that they're not black. Oh, it's okay to be white. Like, come on, man. We're going to sit here and just pretend that this shit is not going on. Like,
wait, when did they say that? Do you have proof?
Proof? It's all up in.
When did they say they're not black?
I can prove that. I can prove that some of the Blexiteers say that it's okay to be white. And I know everybody else done seen that.
No, it's okay to be white, yeah.
Okay, so I'm not lying. So
no, you said we say you're not black.
I'm not black. We're white. That's what you just.
I'm not. No, I said they go around and say that they're not black, and then they say they go around and say that being white is not your fault that you white. Yeah,
when do we say we're wearing black?
I'm not black. I'm American. I made that up.
But that's true, though. It's not a false statement. They are American.
It's true, but you don't have to denounce your blackness. See, you got the left that's playing. You got the left that's playing genderless, and then you got the right that's playing raceless. You can't. If you have no identity, you're nobody.
But who makes you the authoritarian?
I'm not the authoritarian
on that. Like,
I'm not.
I think what Shaka's trying to say. He's part of an organization that calls itself Blexit and is using the term black to mean black exit, but these people don't want to be black, so it's a contradiction.
There we go. That's better.
I've never heard anybody say they don't want to be black, and Bryson has never said it. I think he's just talking now. I don't know.
So
I don't think he's talking about you directly. I think he's talking about your cohorts. Is that correct, Shaka?
I haven't seen it though.
Have you seen the Hotep?
I've seen it.
Seen what? So somebody saying they're not black?
We got two liars on here.
Okay, if
I I'm not a liar. I just ain't see it. Damn.
I didn't
If-
say
if-
you.
if-
I'm talking about we
if-
got.
If y'all saw a
I said we got
screenshot
two-
out,
I said, hold on. I said we got two liars, me and Hotep.
I
He
didn't
said
call-
he seen it. I said I seen it. So I guess we making it up. That's
My
basically what I'm not calling y'all
response,
liars.
my response is gonna be if y'all screenshot and show me, I will happily say yeah, it's there. I mean,
Dakota, shut up.
I don't even know what else to respond to that.
It ain't nothing.
I mean,
you can say,
I
man.
think
There ain't nothing I can say because you didn't say
I'm
anything.
talking about as far as you taking things personal, but you represent. You got. Hold on. See, come on, bruh. I've been being quiet on purpose because
Quiet.
my people. Hold on.
Girl, y'all gotta chill.
hold on, Bryson. Hold on.
I have been being quiet. Y'all say, okay, you still there? Is he still? I've been being quiet, bro. Come on, man. The theatrics is cool. It's fine. It's dandy. But you can't. When we talk about an organization that you represent, you got to take those blows, or you gotta change within your organization. So you can't sit back and say, oh, no, not me, and then your whole organization is doing something. You can't do it. You don't get both of those. Either you change it internally, or you back away from it, or you take these punches.
Can I respond now?
Yeah.
Okay. You said the whole organization, and I don't know. You say a lot of things that just are strictly opinions. Yes, some people might say it. Hotel City saw it, showed the screenshots, but everybody I talk to, and I'm in a group chat with them, we talk every day. I seen somebody say I'm black, but I'm American first. I've seen people say we're all Americans. I've said that. Hell.
So who are you appealing to
When
when you say those things?
When I say we're all Americans,
I'm just saying, who are you appealing to when you say I'm American first and all this other stuff? Like that's not the lingo that we've been speaking before Trump got in office. We didn't speak a lingo of I'm American first and black second, or I'm not black. We never talked like that. So when did this become a thing? I seen it become a thing or issue when people start grifting. So when people start grifting, now you got this whole new vocabulary. No, I'm not talking about you. You taking it personally.
I never said you. I said here we go because these are the average claims.
Okay, so let me say this. Hold on. So say this. Before Trump and before Blexit or anything of such, when did you see black people going around talking about they wasn't black?
Well, I still haven't seen it, so I made that clear already. I still haven't seen it.
So let's not dwell on that. Then we're gonna move on from that. We got a super chat from Kai.
What am I here for?
Blexit sticking up for whites. We're just gonna follow that statement up with this. Why is Blexit sticking up for whites, Bryson?
When they say it's okay to be white, well, because it's okay to be white. So
it's okay to be black.
Hold on. The same reason that our white supporters, these white people, they stick up for us all the time. And that's true. Hotel, if you in the argument, these white people are cut. They be the first person tweeting back. They're like, I'm on your ass. You feel me? So I'm just these questions. What do they actually mean?
Lucas said Milo doesn't work for TPUSA. Rob Smith does and claims to be a gay Christian. Difference. Secondly, Milo has come out against gay marriage, so try again.
No. The thing was on people trying to promote homosexuality, and he was on YouTube saying butt jokes about a black person having sexual relations, had to commit sodomy with a white person. I mean, that's literally what he did. He can, we'll try again when Ross Smith was CPUSA. I mean, you said it. It's over. It's okay. I'm against same-sex marriage.
I think the next debate is Bryson versus Amazing Lucas. That's all I think we need to bring back for the next one.
I'm cool.
It seems logical. Yeah. Kai said they're denying their blackness.
Who? When? Listen. If you say somebody denying their blackness, that a black person looked in the mirror and said, I'm not black. That you show me that, I'll be standing right with you, like, boy, you tripping, you black. But if you mad because somebody said they're American first, when do we start that? I mean, when it became popular to say American first, I guess. But regardless, I mean, what's wrong with it? I mean, nothing. I mean, I'm just confused.
How do you feel about that, Shaka?
Man, y'all listening to what the hell I'm listening to? Are we listening to that?
Is what I say not a fact? Because you can do all these subtle attacks every day. I don't care.
Nobody is attacking you. You
These
always
these subtle attacks. Stop capping. Too much cap.
Time
It's
out.
too
Time out.
much
See,
cap going
Bryson,
on.
Bryson, we don't
Time
want to have
out.
to mute you. We don't want to have to mute you, Bryson.
yeah, this is what. Okay, so this is what they do. I have a white following, so you can't use the shield against me. You can't play the race game and then run behind the white community and then tell black people that they're playing victim. Blexit tells black people that they're playing victim for being honest about things that happen within the black community as far as police brutality, police killing people, a police state within the black community. Quotas got to get met. I will sit down with anybody and they give me statistics on police brutality. You know how many things that's police brutality that get charged up as we're resisting arrest, or we evaded and they had to catch us and track us down and we hurt ourselves, we fell on the curb. Everything that's police brutality is not docked and filed at the police station. Period, point blank.
Okay.
Tatum knows, Officer Tatum knows that.
My response to that is actually a question, because you started off by saying you can't bring up race this, race that, and hide behind your white followers. I was just explaining to Hotep that white people defend black people just like black people can defend white people. So when did Bryson say that he hide behind his white followers? I'm just start asking questions now.
No, you talk so much that you forget that
I talk so much. Yeah, okay.
No, I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah,
you
okay.
Forget that you even engaged with me beforehand. And
When did I say it?
Tried to call me racist.
No, I didn't.
But we're not going to go personal. We're going to keep.
No. When did I say that? Stop making claims. I'm about to ask questions. When did Bryson say these things?
You implied it like 10 minutes ago.
No, I didn't. I was talking to the person that said something in the super chat, and he jumped in and said you're trying to talk that I'm racist. Yeah, and I instantly said I wasn't talking to you, and he still went with it. So when did Bryson say these things? Because matter of fact, I'm gonna start asking a question. When did he say it? Stop talking. Like, what's up?
You said it when you was trying to tie me to somebody that you said was CBC, or you thought I was CBC at the time, and you sat back, and I could show proof. Okay. I got $500 right now. Okay. We can take the bet. $500 right now. We could take the bet. And you was going around lying on me, and I said, bruh, you're being real feminine by lying on me. You're being real feminine by saying that I called you this, I called you that, you was going around, oh, y'all call us these names. And I said, who is y'all? Well, I was talking about the CBC thing. Hold on, who is y'all? You too. I'm me. You said we were grifters. You said we were grifters and tap dancers. You said on that YouTube video too. So nobody's grifting and tap dancing. You said we as a group. I know I'm not. So you're automatically wrong. Now you want to take. Hold on. Now you want to take the group aspect, but when I talk about group, you always exempt yourself out of that equation. So now it's a group aspect. I said you say it as a group. What are you talking about?
Let me hop in here. Y'all about to yell at each other. Y'all about to yell at each other. Hold on. I'm about to mute both of y'all.
Mute him.
All right. So Zakia said, I want Bryson's opinion on why he thinks Democrats made such huge gains in midterms and also in recent elections among black voters. If Blexit is resonating, is Blexit only for Trump or is it for Republicans too, Bryson?
Well, Blexit is resonating with a lot of people, but the problem is people are still growing up in liberal colleges. They're going to liberal school. They're getting taught liberal values. I've already said at least 4 times during this debate that it's a hard task to get people to switch over, like not even switch over, just to stop, like leave the Democratic Party or just start thinking about politics. That's a hard task. We're still trying to do it. So, I mean,
but you did allude to the fact that Blexit is making headway in the black community. You said that there's 8% change in vote, but it looks like in the midterms that's not true because Democrats made huge gains, as you saw with Virginia flip.
Bryson said in 2016 Donald Trump had 8% of the black vote.
Right. But that was earlier in regards to Blexit. You're saying you use the Trump card from 2016 to make an argument for Blexit, and Zakia is saying that it looks like Blexit is not making any headway if you went from 8% to the Democrats making huge gains in the midterms. So,
okay, let me explain because I think you're confusing two things. Bryson brought up the 8% black vote for Trump to say that it's going to be black people don't like like mess with Trump. I said that to say black people hate Trump. Black people are not, the Republicans are not resonating with black people. That was my point to bring up the 8%. To say that we're a minority in here already. And I was alluding to why you got white people at events. That's why I said that. But to answer the question about the gangs and all of these seat switching, that's part of the game. But Republicans picked up some seats also. It does look like Democrats had a little edge, but I mean, don't forget that Republicans got some seats also. I mean,
okay. Ox said, "Is there a double standard against whites?" I'm not sure where he was going with that. He said, "If Blexit is resonating, where are the results?" And Kai 199 says, "Will Blexit ever talk about Jewish role in slave trade?"
You said, so you want me to answer those questions? What was the first question again? I'm sorry.
Whichever one you want to tackle. One of them says, "Is Blexit resonating, and where are the results?" And the other one is, "Will Blexit ever talk about the Jewish role in slave trade?"
Well, in a lot of polls, it shows that more black people are supporting Trump now than they did 2.5 years ago. And I'm not saying that's because of Blexit. I'm just saying more black people are resonating with Trump now than they did a few years ago. It's impossible to factually pinpoint where that comes from. But when will people Blexit acknowledge the role in the Jewish role in the slave trade? Well, probably the same time when schools acknowledge the role of Africans in the slave trade.
Wait, say that last line again. You said Africans what?
I said they will acknowledge that at the same time that people start acknowledging the full context of the slave trade.
I already know what Hotep's about to say.
Africans trading us for whatever.
So you're equating that to the Jewish involvement in slave trade.
No, I'm just saying people leave out a lot of information, and a lot of people don't know a lot of information, so they leave it out, and that's what happens. So I'm not saying it shouldn't be taught. I'm just saying a lot of things should be taught. So stop pinpointing one thing just to make a criticism.
Hotep, would you like to follow up on that statement?
I'm not in this debate. I just want to make sure that people, when they ask questions, they get a good answer, you know. They get a good, clean answer, and it's thorough. Shaka, you there? Shaka. My bad. I had you muted. Shaka, you there?
Yeah, you see, he didn't answer that.
How can I answer?
Go ahead. Put me back on mute, bro. You see, he didn't answer that. Mute me, please.
How can you answer a question?
Hold on, Bryson, please hold on. Shaka, what are you trying to say?
They cannot talk about Jewish folks. Period.
Why is that?
You cannot talk about.
Why is that important?
Jewish people.
Why is that important?
You can talk about black people all day. You can call black people slaves all day. You cannot say nothing about a Jewish person.
I can tell you why. I went to their donor dinner. A lot of them are Jewish.
Naomi said a lot of the donors
are Jewish.
Are of the Jewish race.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Well, Shaka, here's what you have to rebut. Shaka, here's what you have to rebut. Bryson said you're isolating the Jewish people, but you're not bringing up the African role in the slave trade. What do you have to say to that point?
That wasn't my point.
Okay, I was gonna say that would be a whole nother. You know, like I know, we was already here. You know, some of us are here. You had the Arabic. You had the Arabic. Slave trade that happened. You had the Portuguese, the Spaniards, the Swedish, the Vikings. You got all that involved with slave trade.
Yeah.
So it's obsolete. It's to tap dance around, not talking about the Jewish money within the slave trade is fake. It's either he just say I don't know about it. It's okay not to know.
Can I respond?
If you don't know John Henry Clark, you probably don't know that part about the money, about the Jewish money being involved in the slave trade. So these are things that we need to learn.
Go ahead, Bryson.
Yeah,
when he named them 3 people, Marcus Garvey and the other 2 people, did I act like I know them, or did I say I didn't know them 2 people?
You said you didn't care.
I'm talking about the money.
First I said I didn't know, then he
Right.
then responded again, then I said I really don't care because of black people in the community don't care. So I'm just making it clear that if I don't know something, I don't mind saying I don't know something. But just to get something straight, he asked me, when will Blexit talk about Jewish role in the slave trade? How you gonna ask a question about when will a group talk about something like that? That question, it makes no sense. So
okay, so when will y'all talk about, you know, Jewish people leaving the concentration Democratic plantation?
You know what? I'm gonna
We can
ask
throw
that.
plantation
I'm
in
gonna
there.
ask that in a few weeks at FAST because Ben Shapiro is gonna be there and he's Jewish. I'm gonna make sure to ask that question. That's a really good question.
I do think a lot of Jewish people that's turning left, because a lot of them are going to the left side now. I do think they're in the Democratic plantation. Oh, my bad. You want me to call them concentration camps just to help you? Oh, snap.
Kai said 199 super chat. What about Rothschild financing?
No, don't use plantation.
Financing the colonization of Africa.
That I don't know about.
Okay, don't know about that. Cool.
What the-
Zakia Vasquez, $5 super chat. Bryson, why do you think talking to black people in terms of plantations and slavery is productive? Why can't we be spoken to like anyone else?
Well, the question to that is simple. The plantation is speak. Matter of fact, I got a question for this. Is gonna answer the question, by the way, for Shaka. Have you ever been a Democrat?
No,
So you never been a Democrat?
never been Democrat.
Okay. All right. I have, and I know a lot of other people from Blexit, they have been Democrats. So I just want to explain that when I say the plantation talk, I've said that about myself also, that I was on Democratic plantation. So am I purposely degrading myself? No. See, the problem is, the misunderstanding is y'all talk about stuff like you just don't know about. You're inherently ignorant about it because you never was a Democrat. That's how it feels.
No, I know politics.
Let me finish.
But you can't tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. They let you finish.
You don't know
about
Shaka, let him finish. Let him
right,
finish.
go
And then
ahead.
we're gonna let you speak.
When I said you don't know, I mean you don't know how it feels. You don't know how it feels to grow up a Democrat all your life, being in politics, then having to leave, because it feels like a mental plantation. It feels like mental slavery. That's what it feels like. And once again, you might not like how that sounds. Oh, that means slavery. But like I said earlier, the same thing for white people, the same thing for Jewish people. People say it against white people, say it for themselves too, leaving the Democratic plantation. Y'all just wanted to equate to being black so bad because y'all want something to complain about. The truth is, that's how it feels when you stop being a Democrat and you start realizing, like, damn, I've been lied to my whole life. You feel angry, you feel mad. So that's how it feels. So I feel like the miscommunication is people keep speaking on language and stuff that you think is just degrading, and we're doing it on purpose because you've never been through it. You don't understand. So people, no disrespect to anybody in the chat, anybody talking right now, I think people that don't know what they're speaking on, as in like an experience, when you talk about somebody else's experience, need to shut the fuck up.
Shaka,
Okay, can I rebuttal?
Go ahead.
Put me in the game, Phil Jackson. So you mean to tell me I just need to shut the fuck up, but you told me that you didn't care about those black teachers. I just named a couple. I got a plethora of them. This is why it hurts. You're hurt because you don't have the tools to actually combat it. So now you got to find another home, and you can't. You got to find another home because you came home, your girl was cheating. Came home, the Democratic Party cheating on you. Now you trying to say, oh, let's be conservative, let's be Republican, and you don't even know nothing about Republican politics. You don't know nothing about conservative politics. You don't know nothing about Black history. You don't know nothing about African history. So what are you actually?
I don't know about African.
What do you know then?
Okay, let me go ahead and rebut that with the easiest. You made a few claims that's just simply fucking inaccurate. The first thing you said was, what was the first thing? I'm trying to think of the first thing you said because I had the perfect rebuttal to it too. But
stop rebuttaling and think.
No. You need to think, because I told you about an experience.
Stop finding a rebuttal and think.
And you brought up you didn't know these people. No disrespect. That means nothing. It means nothing because the Black community doesn't care about it. You said earlier, Blexit is talking about stuff that is not resonating with the Black community. I guarantee you, if you go into the Black community and go to what people like to call the real Black community and talk to them about them teachers, I guarantee you they won't give a
I don't have to go nowhere. I'm in the Black community. Why do you make it seem like a field trip? You see the difference of how I talk and you talk? You make it seem like going into the Black community is a field trip. Come on, baby, get your peanut butter and jelly sandwich. We going into the Black community.
You just
ain't
saying
no fucking field trip.
You just saying something sound good now. You're gonna answer the
question.
All
right. Yeah, okay.
You want to answer the question? Because they don't care. The black community don't care about these people. That's just true. They don't care.
That's a lie. That's false.
Okay.
How you gonna say that they don't? You don't even know these people. To say, hold on. You always say, "Oh, that's opinion."
Do your research on me.
Hold on, Bryson, let him talk. Let him talk, Bryson.
You always got a rebuttal to it. Oh, that's opinion. That's what you think. How can you tell me what's effective in the black community when, one, you just said that you're not in it by the way that you talk? The way that you talk, it's a field trip. Two, you just said that you don't even care about black teachers, so you can't even teach nobody anything that's empowerment. Going to the black community and telling them about Donald Trump is not black empowerment. Where is that black empowerment? Oh, vote for Trump. No, they don't want to hear that shit.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm not done. I'm
circles,
not
bro.
done.
You're talking in circles now.
How the fuck I'm talking in
Bryson,
circles?
let him finish. Bryson, let him finish.
I'm talking to everything is you perfect. I'll talk in circles. That's fine. Anyway, if you try that shit that you think you're talking about on here, and you go into the projects and you go with that Donald Trump shit, you see how you got your hat knocked off? You get your block knocked off. You got to go in there with respect. You got to go in there with something that they can relate to. You cannot go in there and sell anybody in the projects Donald Trump. Period, point blank. So that's the difference between the skill set of me and you. That's the difference.
Can I respond? Okay. First, you said you're not in the black community because of the way you talk. Shut up. That's just talking words. Don't mean nothing. Oh, you got your hat taken off. Somebody was take a hat off me when I was taking a picture. What happened after that?
Nothing.
The video cut off when you like tried to run.
Where's my hat at? Where's my hat? Where's my hat? Somebody tried to take my hat and run. Where is it at?
Hold on. Time
Where's
out.
it at?
You totally just spent.
Where's
I
it at?
said just how you got your hat taken, you would have got your block knocked off. Meaning
incorrect. Bro, listen to me closely. Bryson Gray, like I said, do your research because
how did you get the hat? He have a string on the hat, bro? You got your hat taken off.
Bro, I was at NC State. It was protesters. People wanted to take pictures. People wanted to take pictures with me.
I got the video.
He took my hat when I was trying to take a picture, and I took my hat back instantly. So that's it.
It's called laughing.
Hey,
it's called laughing.
No. Everybody shut up.
Everybody
shut up. Mute it. Everybody mute it. Because y'all over here talking about a hat. Nobody want to hear that bullshit.
Black Mountain Hotep with the super chat for $10. Bryson brings up black slave owners. However, he doesn't know black history. He doesn't read black scholars. Tell me, Bryson, when did Africans engage in chattel slavery? He had a follow-up. Hold on. It's a lot of these. Oh shit. Hold on. Give me a second.
Does Bryson
know why Africans had slaves?
Bryson know why Africans had slaves?
Yeah.
Just to keep it 100 with you, as far as I can go back is 1619 when we came here, when we documented came here. So if he's talking about before that, then no, I don't know.
So you're not familiar with Africa's role at all in any of the alleged slave trade?
Well, I know that the Spaniards had us as slaves first, and from my research,
no.
Okay,
no,
you can say okay. Based on what I've researched, if you do research, y'all might know some secrets that I don't know. But people that if anybody go do research right now, this is what they're gonna find, and I'll pay somebody to do it. But Spaniards had some slaves first, and from what I read, the Europeans actually that's where they got the idea from, and then slave trade with Africa came. We still got slaves in Libya. I mean, that's my knowledge of it.
Shaka, would you like to fact check him?
It was the Arabic slave trade, and then everything else came.
Was that before 1619?
Before everything.
Well, then I'll just take your word for it. I'm a go.
No, it's and I still, me and you, we've been going at each other's neck as black men. I still want you to know your fucking black history. I don't want to walk away from this with you have a fuck me attitude and I have a fuck you attitude. I want you.
Terrence Wilson, what about black people who are Republican who
to
left
understand
because of
black
Trump?
history. You got a position where you can empower people.
Well,
please do that. I'm just letting you know, bro. If you're gonna be all the way Blexit, just please do the due diligence of learning black history. If that's not too much to ask for, that's all I'm asking you today.
I got a clear response, and a lot of people in the chat gonna get upset at this response, but me, of course, I don't give a damn. But to be 100 with you, a lot of people like you and even people like Hotep Jesus and a lot of the Hoteps, y'all have quote unquote knowledge about things that's like the average person doesn't know. Not saying it's not true. Not saying it's not true. I'm saying it the way. But for regular people that research, they see this and then y'all come in and say it's something different or stuff left out or stuff like this. So, and I'm not saying what y'all saying isn't true. Just please start showing people where to get that information from. Not by somebody words.
He mentioned that he mentioned those names before, and you said you didn't care about them.
I said I didn't
John Henry Clark and Sheik Anta Diop touch on these topics.
I said I didn't care about them because the black community don't care about them. But now that y'all talk about these topics, y'all want people to be informed on these specific topics, not relating to helping the black community.
No, Bryson, just now you said we should tell the black community where to get this stuff.
Yep.
And you said the black community don't care about the people who have the information and topics that Shaka provided earlier.
I didn't say black community. Tell the black community. I said tell people where to get this stuff.
Just tell people. Well, black community would be included in people, but you said the black community wouldn't care, so it would fall on deaf ears, right?
The black community doesn't care. But I'm talking about since y'all trying to teach people right now that people that y'all want to talk about.
People
right
that's the point. That's the point we're trying to make is he already did provide those services when he said Sheik Anta Diop and John Henry Clark. He did provide those.
You're still confused about what I'm saying, and I'm not confused. I don't know if it's intentional.
I'm gonna go ahead and mute you. We're gonna go to the next super chat. Let's see here. Bryson, can you name any Blexit members who are not pro-Trump? Bryson, slaves knew there were slaves on the plantation. They knew they weren't free. Hotep with it. He says, if the Democrats have a plantation, so do conservatives. Call a spade and stop acting like they're flawless. Do you want to respond to any of that, Bryson?
Oh, you unmuted me now. You know people getting their feelings and the moderator start muting people.
Do you want to touch on any of those topics?
I can't hear you, Naomi. Oh, but that's crazy that people get sensitive.
Naomi, you muted. Unmute.
Oh, so I was trying to throw the last one in there so he could answer it all collectively. Did you hear that, Bryson?
No, I didn't.
Randall Andrews said you need a white source approval for Black history.
That's another thing. Somebody making up something that never happened and never said.
You got to elaborate on the rest, though. Go ahead.
Oh, can you repeat the rest? Hotep Jesus or Naomi?
Yeah. Can you name any Blexit members who are not pro-Trump? That was the first one. The second one was slaves knew there were slaves and on a plantation. They knew they weren't free. And then Hotep with it said, if the Democrats have a plantation, so do conservatives. Call a spade and stop acting like they're flawless.
Bryson has never acted like conservatives flawless. That's another thing. You just make it up from scratch. Is somebody from Blexit not pro-Trump? All the people that I have constant contact with, they're all pro-Trump. And I don't know the other one.
Kanisha Sims says, love both brothers. Thank you for this platform. I want to know why they support Trump. Y'all want to answer that question?
Yeah, I can answer.
I'll let him go. Can I do a twist and say and ask him why he support Trump without talking points?
What is a talking point? Is that something? No. Is that something you're about to create, Bryson? You have rules, even though.
No. I'm just asking. You can answer the question any way you want, but we all know and let's stop insulting each other's intelligence. You have talking points.
It's a fact. A talking point. It's a fact. A talking point.
Answer. Go ahead. We'll see.
People always putting extra twist on things before you say something. So
no, you good. Go ahead.
What I like about Trump, well, originally I liked what he stood for before he was even in office. He said something about immigration, and even my mother, who's a Democrat, like that. He was trying to save the babies, which he doesn't. He's not. He's pro-life, which anybody that supports pro-life, I'm definitely with that. He was talking about doing something with the trade deals in China. Because we owe them $2.3 trillion, and they can sell our debt, and they own land in the United States of America, and they got billions of dollars invested in businesses here. So things like that is why I supported him, and he made promises to the Black community that sounded good, and he said it in a way that was politically incorrect. But then when he got in office, those things came true. Black unemployment rate at the lowest, the poverty rate is at the lowest. And I don't think people know this, but the labor force participation rate, it declined every year and virtually every single month under Obama. And it started going back up slowly in 2018. And that's obviously because of tax cuts and the opportunity zones. We're in the tax cuts. I don't know. I just agree with them in principle. So that's why I support Trump.
Shaka, you want to tell us why you support Trump?
Okay. Let's do it like this. He has an executive order. He was one of the first people that I've seen as far as president that attacked child trafficking. So, you know, he has an executive order. I look at the details, the fine print of things. He has an executive order that seizes and it seizes property and it freezes assets. I believe it's executive order 13818. So if you look at 13818, it's about child trafficking and human trafficking and basically slave labor laws. So anybody that's involved with that, which that mainly hits the Black community in America, and it hits the Black community in the continent of Africa. And, you know, then you have Indonesia, you have China and things of such. But what it does, it basically, you know, take all the money that they're making. That's why you start to, just a little fun fact, that's why you start to see the China fight and the Nike fight, and, you know, and Under Armour and, you know, basically some of the superstars that make money off of these factories that they're working for. He put a stop to that. So that's what my main focus was on, supporting Trump. Now I can give you the talking points of, you know, he's, you know, we have the low Black economics, low Black employment. You know, this is the best, you know, Black's been doing. We're trying to get, I can give you the sales pitch, but my main thing is the Black community is actually, you know, being targeted by child trafficking and human trafficking. So that was near and dear to my heart because I'm actually in that Black community where these kids come up missing every fucking day.
It sounds like good reasons to support Trump to me. Some funny things in the chat. Bryson, I just want to just go over why I muted you before. You said I didn't understand your statements. I understood your statements very well. And I heard you loud and clear when you said that Shaka should provide evidence of the facts surrounding the slave trade. And, you know, I said to you, it was because he already mentioned the teachers, John Henry Clark and Sheikh Anta Diop. Will say it again. And you said they weren't important. Knowing that you've now made that statement, do you think it's important that we know these teachers?
No, not the teachers.
Or do you still maintain that you don't care?
No, I don't. But I think we need the documents of showing what y'all talk about. I don't like, here go the thing, and this might just be me, but I like the documents. Give me the documents. I'll just read it myself so I can tell somebody else what the teachers are teaching other people. Because Bryson,
we gave you Sheikh Anta Diop and John Henry Clark. These people are 3 authors. So the documents that you're asking for are published in their works.
So they create the documents of these things talking about surrounding the slave trade.
What do you mean create the documents? Their work is published. You can go get it on Amazon.
That's not what I'm asking, bro.
So what are you asking?
The documents, like the literal documents or the literal deals or the literal things that you're talking about. Can we access this directly instead of having to go through a third-party source? Can we go look this up and access?
Yeah. The Nation of Islam has also published these slave documents.
Okay.
All you have to do is just check out the Dutch East Indian Company. But these numbers were sourced during my Joe Rogan interview. They even brought up sources. They said about 5% of the slaves that are here in America actually came from Africa. Everybody else is pretty much here already, or in the in the Caribbean.
Okay.
But there are a lot of misnomers and misteachings surrounding the slave trade and surrounding Black history. And Shaka brought up those names, Sheikh Anta Diop and John Henry Clark. Say it again. And these people have shown you where to find these documents so you can go and do your own research, right? So when you read their work, They show you archaeological evidence, and they tell you where to find these documents and where to study up on this stuff, because all of their work is published, but it's well sourced via the bibliography at the end of these books. So the thing is, if you knew these names and you bought their work off of Amazon or wherever, you could go see the sources directly for yourself. You don't have to use them as middlemen. In fact, that's exactly what they used to preach. Sheikh Anta Diop and John Henrik Clarke used to actually preach, don't listen to me. Here are the documents. I'm going to publish them in this work so you can do your own research. This is a very, very much a Hotep tenet, to not tell people what to think, but let them see the information and let them determine for themselves, which is why I think it's so important that you can't say you don't care. Because
I can I respond real quick? So you research these people, correct? Like you have researched these people that you're speaking of, correct? Am I right?
What do you mean?
Like you know about these people, like you've read their teachings, right?
Obviously.
Yeah. So that means you know where to go to get the official documents, right?
It's published in their work.
Yes. So I mean, do you know where to go get the like direct source? These documents that they tell you to get, you know where to go get them yourself, right?
I'm gonna go ahead and repeat myself. What you can do is you can go on Amazon, you can purchase John Henrik Clarke and Sheikh Anta Diop's work. They have bibliographies in the back that point to primary sources. So do I have access to it? I have as much access to it as you have access to capital to purchase the works from Amazon.
My whole point was, if that's the case, instead of having us look them up, why don't we just listen to you give us these sources, the direct source of them?
Because you don't believe us. You don't believe us. You don't care. You don't believe us.
That's not what I said.
Hold on, Shaka.
I didn't say I didn't believe you.
Hold on.
I
Bryson,
actually said I'm going to take your word for it.
Bryson, hold on. You said, why would we go through a third party? So you said you wanted the direct documents. Yes. I told you where the direct documents are. Now you want Hotep Jesus to become the third party. Which one is it?
No. You're not listening. Again, I'm making it real clear. You are telling me to go find this stuff by researching these people. I'm not even talking about the third party stuff no more. I'm just responding to you. My question is, why can't I or somebody else just go through you?
Why can't you just go through Google and type in slave papers? I mean, you don't even have to go through him or the third party researchers.
I agree. I agree with what you're saying too. Why can't you just the direct documents instead of going through people? We can just go get the direct documents. That's all I'm saying. Like y'all talk about the people. I'm just saying just go get the documents ourselves. What you just said is what I'm saying.
Right, Bryson, brother, I'm gonna call you brother because this is not cool. What's the last book? What's the last book you read? I'm talking about as far as hearing this is not even like me trying to insult you or even funny. You are at a position of Blexit, meaning black exit, but what's the last book you read, my brother?
The Constitution. I read documents, I read statistics, I read data. That's what I read. I don't read third hand, fourth hand information from other humans. I want to be the source.
So you mean to tell me you read documents, you read data, you know, but yes, you don't know where to find the information that we're talking about right now? That's kind of like,
No, because I never heard of it. Back to what I said before, a lot of people never heard of this. So, like, I'm talking about the overwhelming majority of people never heard of these things y'all are saying. So,
Bryson, just to interject, I think that, and I've said this before, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people in the chat are about to put this. You can't keep blaming lack of knowledge or ignorance on why Black people don't know about their history. That's not an excuse anymore. I've said this before. This is 2019. If Black people want to know more about their history, they have Google. They can do that. You keep saying don't care or Black people don't know. It's not that they don't know or that they don't care. They do care. It's because people like you and Blexit, they push all these other talking points that make it seem almost like disingenuous to even really look up your history.
Incorrect.
Like that's
False.
The issue here.
False.
That's one of the main issues that people, and a lot of people have said in the chat, have with Blexit. They push their talking points, right? They're white back talking points, but they don't push any Black knowledge. That's the core problem that a lot of other Blacks have with the whole movement.
Easy rebuttal, but that isn't the problem. We're taught about the history of slavery. We're taught about that. A lot of people know that just like, you know, we first step foot in here. This is what we believe. A lot of people believe we step foot in here 1619. There was a slave trade. Africans traded us for goods to Europeans.
Hold on. What you said Africans? Never mind. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Thank you for letting me finish. I'm saying this is what this is what we're taught. So we're taught this. So if we think we know about slavery already, and we've never heard anybody even think about mentioning these names y'all talk about or what y'all talk about, how could you say you could just Google it? Google what? We already know about it in our minds. So if y'all think there's things that we don't know, Black community, anybody, white people, teachers, if you think there's things that people don't know, then just give them the source, give them the document, because that's what I go off. I go off actual documents.
Why? We got Blexit. Ain't that the whole point?
Blexit. Once again, let me tell you what I was taught. The things y'all said that happened before 1619, what did I say? Never heard of it. So
well, blame Blexit. Y'all the one putting on the rallies with the historical information.
See, here go the problem. Y'all think this is what it means to be Black, to know about this. No, it isn't. No, it is. You create your own criteria, thinking if somebody don't meet this criteria, then that means they're not Black. They don't know the real history. Like, bro, no, stop it.
All right, so I got another question for the young man. So we supposed to be Black, we're supposed to exit, but you don't care about the Black teachers. You don't care about books. But
you're adding. Stop adding. If you're gonna quote me, brother, quote
hold on. What are you yelling about, man? Why?
Because you and Hotep Jesus multiple times. If you're gonna quote me, quote me accurately, bro.
Come on, bro.
Quote me, bro, accurately, please.
So you said helping the Black community, as far as me and you going to the Black community, helping is not going to do anything for the Black community, but you would go to the Black community or pretend to go to the Black community and say Trump can help us.
You're lying again. Quote me accurate, bro. That's all I'm asking, bro. Why you got to add twist and turn? Quote Bryson accurately. I asked for one simple thing, bro. Golly, this is crazy.
You know, you normally get off the hook because you trigger folks.
I'm not, listen, no, it's simple. I asked you to quote me accurately. Your whole statements are being based on something I never said. I've never said these things. So if you're going to have a whole statement.
What part didn't you say?
You said, if we want to go into the community, helping Black people, that I said, that doesn't really help. That don't really help Black people. That's not what I said. You're purposely, you know what you're doing too. You know that's not what I said. But
what did you say?
You have an agenda. You know, bro, I said, book bags and all that stuff. I say that's great. I am glad you're doing it. I say it's beautiful, but I say that is doing nothing to change the mindset. And then I say we've been doing that for a long time, and we're still in the same position.
Okay, so can I say that when I give book bags and feed, that it's 7-year-old kids that know who Dr. John Henry Clark is, and you don't.
And on that note, we're going to switch topics because we've already discussed this for like 20 minutes. We have a super chat from Matt Finley. Do any of you four consider Trump a racist? So we're going to just delegate that to Bryson and Shaka.
No.
Shaka?
I don't know if the man is racist. I can only dispel what the media gives us. So the story that the media gives us, I can debunk that. But as far as me personally, I don't know Trump. I don't know what he's done in his past. But I can say what the media is feeding us, no, those are not racist points. As far as, you know, he talked to white people the same way that he talked to Black folks. But, you know, we have a, you know, but I can't say that he's not racist because I don't know him personally.
Okay, and we have a super chat from Tracy Trebeau. Take the field trip to Vegas, Bryson. Let Shaka show you.
Or he could take a field trip to where I'm at, and I can show him too.
Well,
Shaka, what part of Vegas are you in?
I'm in the north.
Like Henderson?
Nah, Henderson is south.
Is it? Oh, I lived in Summerlin. That's why I asked.
I'm actually down for that. We should actually do that.
Like I said, I still extend, like, when this debate is over or this discussion is over, I have no problem with Bryson. If Bryson want to come down here, I would treat Bryson like I treat every other brother.
I would treat you the same. And you know what? I'm dead ass. I think we should really do that. I think we should go to each other's cities and go into the community. He said he go into the community. I claim I go into the community too. So we should go and try to talk to each other communities. And I would go too, no problem.
Bryson, there's a super chat from Straight Lacer. You don't care about the various versions of Black history, but you guys always so reading the Dems started slavery also in the past. Why push that part of history only?
That's not what I said, so there's no reason to answer that question. I never said that. I don't care about Black history.
You buck dancing, Bryson. I'll be honest, you buck dancing a lot.
Bro, you just don't like what I'm saying. The fact is, y'all are misquoting me and then having a whole question or a whole conversation about something Bryson has never said. Show me, go clip something. Man, I can't wait till this over. Go clip what Bryson said he doesn't care about Black history. I said I don't care about the two people y'all talked about because Black people don't care about it. And then I said I'm going to take y'all word for what y'all say about y'all history. All I asked for was to provide people with the sources to get that exact information since we were taught about slavery a certain way. That's a fact. Go look it up or rewind it.
So Bryson, you don't want to answer the question of why only push one part of history and not all of it?
No. What was the first? Repeat the first part of his question.
So I'll repeat the whole question for you. I'll go ahead and repeat it. So she's not saying you said that. She's not saying you said this directly. They're just paraphrasing. You don't care about the various versions of Black history, but you guys always reading the Dems or saying the Dems started slavery, which is also in the past. So why push that part of history only?
I think that's a fair criticism. I think we should put both parts of history.
Okay, good. Okay.
I just want people to start, like, people have a habit of misquoting me because that's the only way they can push their agenda. So
yeah, I don't think they were attempting to quote you.
The only agenda I got, brother, is that you do your job. That's it. That's my agenda.
Another super chat from Randall Andrews. You don't care about John Henry Clark. Why should we care about Republicans and research them?
Don't.
Woo!
Whoa.
Answer that.
Oh, okay. That was a quick answer.
What he say?
Don't. Yeah, he said don't. That was the answer. Just gonna scroll past these questions. Okay, better question. How is the entire history of Black people relevant to Blexit at all? Oh, that's a good question.
Well, we do talk about history. It might not be the history that everybody knows about.
Shaka, you want to answer that one?
Well, I'm sorry. What was that question?
Why is the entire history of Black people relevant to Blexit at all?
Why is it relevant? You can't
at all.
Okay, you can't. If you don't know Black history, you can't. Misinformation is poison. So we have a organization which I'm gonna take Bryson out of the situation. So this is not about Bryson. This is about Blexit. So you have a organization that's pushing misinformation. Telling people that, police brutality isn't real. You got a gatekeeper that's a cop. You got, a woman that can't relate to the Black community. You have, I don't care if I ever get to a potluck or barbecue. You got Charlie Kirk that's running stuff. What is nothing, we don't have no identity in Blexit. So this is what they're feeding our people is only a narrative of slave this, slave that, and they don't even know about Black history. So Black history inside of Blexit would be actually a great thing to see. I want to see Blexit, as far as the idea of it, flourish, but not an idea of bringing somebody to a Republican Party and not being honest about the situation. The Republican Party do not want Black people to be Black people. They want to call you American. I'm Black, and I tell my followers all the time, I'm Black. Some people don't like the Black word. We can say more, whatever whatever native, whatever you want to go with, we can go with that. But I'm not going to make anybody comfortable to take my identity when that was one of the reasons, if you know about Black history, they stripped our identity from us. So now I'm seeing the same, if you know about history, I'm seeing the same thing repeat of stripping the Black identity from Blacks.
Okay, and we have another super chat from Black Mountain Hotep. How can you retroactively bring up the Dems and racism and not retroactively bring up the truth of where this quote unquote racism originates, Bryson?
Where did it originate in his eyes?
Well, he's Hotep, so.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and repeat the question. He said, how can you retroactively bring up the Dems and racism and not retroactively bring up the truth of where this racism originates. He's not asking you where the racism originates. He's asking why you're not bringing it up.
No, I'm asking him because obviously I don't know where racism originated. But
well, you can't ask the audience a question because they're in a chat, right? They ask you questions and you have to respond. Are you choosing the buck dance on? Are you choosing the buck dance?
You seem sensitive right now, Hotep. You've been sensitive for the last 5 minutes. 10 minutes,
are you choosing the buck dance on that question? Yes or no?
I'm not buck dancing. These are agenda-filled questions. How can I answer that question? I just told you.
I think you did answer the question. You said you don't know where racism originated.
Yeah, thanks. Yep. Don't mute me again, Hotep. Sorry.
You're not muted. We have another super chat from Kemeny Gill. How does Blexit advocate for supporting free thought in the Black community without being able to effectively reference historical Black scholars who taught the same?
Well, because you simply don't have to. I'm gonna go for what I'm trying to say. I'm saying,
Shaka, let him finish.
I'm saying you tell them the information or tell them what to look up or whatever you want them to look up, and then they research on their own and find it. Y'all saying we have to pick out certain Black teachers or I have to know about these people. You don't. You might have to know about people to know about the history that they want to teach you. But you don't have to reference them to talk about what the Democrats have done to the Black community. Do you? Do I have to reference these certain people that they name to talk about what has happened to Black people in the Black community? Do I have to reference them to talk about the welfare system? Do I have to reference them to talk about the single motherhood rate? Do I have to reference them to talk about how people that identified as Democrats started the KKK? Do I have to reference this? No. They have a criteria on what it means. So every time they talk, if you don't know these things, you can't speak on nothing. That's a straw man. It makes no sense. It's not logical. It doesn't exist. It's just, you know what it is? It's a talking point.
Shaka, you got anything to say to that, Shaka?
Let me say this about welfare. I'm glad he said it. The welfare, actually, we start looking into these book bags and these shoes. They mimic the Black Panther Party from us helping the community, and they mimic the blueprint of helping the community and getting the needs so we can be dependent on the government. But that's another history fact that I would like Blexit to know when they start talking about, welfare and things of such. They took a lot of, WIC programs, things of such as far as feeding. I do free lunch programs, as far as during the summer. These are things that was implemented because I know Black history. So when you don't know these things, then that's the problem as far as in the Black community or Blexit, because they throwing around welfare and don't know that if we govern ourselves in the Black community, we won't need that, but they won't tell you that.
Can I ask you a question?
They tell you vote Republican.
Can I ask you a question, Shaka? During welfare, were they going into homes to make sure that there wasn't a father in the home?
Huh?
To stay on welfare, did they go into homes to check to make sure there wasn't a male figure there or another figure there?
No, they didn't go into the home to make sure it wasn't a man there. There was men there. We went into our own communities, and if we're gonna have a real dialogue about this. I mentioned it at the beginning of the conversation with Nixon, and I mentioned it with Reagan. They broke up our homes. Then you got the Clintons that helped them break it up, finish the job. So if we're gonna have an honest dialogue, we need to talk about the two Republican presidents that broke up the Black homes to put us on welfare. But y'all don't want to have that discussion. So
just to be clear, you're saying, and you confirmed that you are saying that to stay on welfare, they were not checking the homes to make sure.
It wasn't welfare. We was helping the neighbor. Love thy neighbor is in the Bible. We was helping our community. It wasn't welfare. It was just Black men and Black women getting together, pooling their money together, and helping one another. That's Black history that you supposed to fucking know.
Yeah, all right, okay.
On that note, we're gonna do closing thoughts, closing statements. So we could go ahead and start with you, Shaka. You got.
Hold on. Let me just hop in before we go into the closing thoughts.
Oh, go ahead.
I just want to say shout out to the Queen, Sonny Johnson, in the chat. I appreciate you for being here. For anybody who's not aware of who Sonny Johnson is, I need y'all to go tune in to her podcast. She's on Sirius XM, OG conservative in this thing, predecessor to a lot of these cats. Been here, been doing it. So I just wanted to say a quick shout out to her. And Sonny, yo, you see this shit, yo? Sonny, yo, I'm gonna have to call you.
Oh man.
Shaka, Shaka led. So closing thoughts, we're gonna start with Bryson and then let Shaka close out.
Oh, well, my closing statement is simple. Throughout this debate, I will gladly go and find it off YouTube and edit it up because I can't wait to do that. But I have been misquoted every time somebody has asked a question. Not once was a question asked about something I said that accurately described what I said. Not once. Also, I got interrupted way more than I interrupted anybody. And then also Hotep Jesus, he became sort of biased towards the end, got in his little feelings. So my closing statement is this didn't go where I wanted to go. I feel like it could have been more productive. I feel like it's still a miscommunication and a misunderstanding. But we can keep doing this. It don't matter to me.
Shaka, your closing statements, buddy.
I want to say I love you, Sonny. I know your husband listening, but we love you. Stay real, stay authentic, stay, raw. Bryson, we're brothers. I don't care what you say. We might have our misunderstanding, but I want you to do. You're great. Be great. All right. Be great. And you can throw it off. You can deflect it. We're not used to hearing that. Be great. I want you to be great. It's not a clout chase. It's not a hate. I want greatness. So I criticize people within my community the same way that I criticize Blexit. If we have any flaws in our armor, then we're weak. So when Blexit is doing weak stuff, the regular person in the Black community believe I'm Blexit. Did you know that? So when they see me with a Trump hat on, they don't know the difference between y'all calling them slaves and plantations people or just dumb. They think I'm Blexit. They don't know the difference between Blexit as his own entity. So it's kind of, like I said, do what you do. I would really appreciate it if we left the battlefield of ideas and nobody played victim. Because I noticed you play victim a lot for views. Please
not
don't
facts
play victim
again. Oh my God.
You don't?
Nope, not a fact.
Okay. So anyway, I will respect you as a man, if you didn't play a victim on here, because nobody attacked you, nobody came for you, nobody ambushed you. I
never said that.
Well, I've seen how you work. I've seen how you operate.
No, you're making assumptions.
Yeah.
That's all you're doing. No facts involved, just assumptions.
Okay. Well, can I finish?
Go ahead, Shaka.
So, like I said, just please learn Black history. If you want to hit me up, I promise you, I'll give you, I'll give you what you need to know, because you need to know these things. A person, even in the Bible, it says, know thyself. You don't know thyself, meaning you don't know your roots. You might know Bryson, but you don't know yourself. And then I can go to another one. Our people perish from a lack of knowledge. You perishing from a lack of knowledge. We've seen this live. You can go edit whatever you want to edit. You perish today from a lack of knowledge.
I perish.
So we're gonna in the closing statement.
You have a nice night. Be great.
Hey, bro, make sure you teach me how to be Black for real, bro, because you really do know.
So we're gonna get closing thoughts from the moderators. I'm allowed a lady to speak. What are your thoughts? A lot happened tonight. We sat here for 2.5 hours. A lot happened tonight. Naomi, I know you have some thoughts.
Honestly, I just want to kind of acknowledge what Bryson said. Bryson, I'm sorry if you were, overtalked at certain points, but this from the previous debate. People get passionate about their views and opinions. That's why there were 2 moderators. We both pretty much had, I think, good control of the conversation. But the the audience was asking questions. So if you felt like people were misquoting you, that was not on us personally. We were just going through the chat and kind of reading through that. So I'm sorry if you felt that way, but
That's a
from
fact.
so with the questions, they weren't directly quoting you. They
No,
were
I
yeah,
was talking about Hotep and Shaka.
I have no comment on that. But I think that we kind of ended this on a good level. The whole point of these debates was to educate ourselves on things we didn't know about Blexit, right? Something that even you admitted is fairly new, over a year and a half, years old, right? A lot of just people in the Black communities that aren't conservative, they're ignorant to the Black exit itself. And I think that was the whole purpose of these debates. Do I think that we've accomplished educating people about it? No, I think there was a lot of like the audience said, talking points that were brought up on both sides, not just yours, that kind of led us astray from the core subject here, which was Blexit. But I do think that we learned something, regarding history that we all need to take away from this, that we can't go ahead and educate new Black voters or minority youth who will become the future if they don't know their past. And I think we were all in agreement with how much of their past they know and how much we should be teaching them. So I think that's a good place to kind of leave off with this debate.
I feel like Bryson played victim at the end. I feel like
I triggered you, boy. My bad.
I feel like he's being a little bit dishonest when he said that he was being attacked by me and Shaka. I felt as though we did a great job being great moderators in this thing. I think Naomi did a great job.
Me too.
I think they both did a great job. I think Shaka and Bryson overall did a great job. It's a very close match. I'll be doing the recap on my Periscope. Somebody said conservatives should know history. $2 super chat. Hotep with it said, Hotep Jesus, please do a recap on this one. Yes, y'all will see me soon on Periscope. We're gonna do a recap.
You guys want to drop your social medias? A lot of people were asking for them in the chats. So if you drop them one more time before we close out, Bryson.
Oh, my Twitter is long. Just type in Bryson Gray in the search bar and now I'll come up. My Instagram is Bryson Creates. My Facebook is Bryson Gray. My YouTube is also Bryson Gray. If you just type in Bryson Gray, my social media should come up.
Shaka.
You can find me at Shaka THAGOD. So that's SHAKATHAGOD, or that's on Twitter. Or you can find me at Shaka Shakur on Facebook and YouTube if you choose to, get a whole bunch of Black information and a whole bunch of politics and a whole bunch of Democrat this, that, and a Republican this, that. I'm out here.
And my YouTube is 50 Shades of Red podcast. We actually have 2 videos featuring Bryson dropping, one just about a little bit about him and one about his views on the start of the Kaepernick situation and oppression. So if you guys want to check that out, that'll be on later. And my Twitter is 50 Shades of Naomi. Thanks so much, Hotep, for having me on. This shit was crazy.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you everybody tuning in. Thank you, Naomi, once again. And we'll see y'all in the next debate, man.